Hey everybody, welcome to Fresh Out the Box Plays Savage World Deadlands. I am the Game Master, Johannanon.
I'm Casualty CDG, but you can call me Gary, and since we're playing Savage World Deadlands Blood Drive, which is a lot of bi-pinnacle entertainment, there we go. How many more words can I add on to that? Since we're doing that, I'll be playing the part of Heavy Pete Perkins, the harrowed and undead that's tagging along with this blood drive.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Fresh Out the Box. My name is Kevin, but once again, this week, you can call me Crooked Charlie, and I'm just kind of here for a good time as far as I can tell, I think.
Hey everybody, I'm Matt, but tonight I'm James Daffodil, and I'm just going to say one thing. Pete over here, he ain't undead. That doesn't exist, all right? It doesn't exist.
I forgot about that.
Thomas Avenger, y'all, what's up? At Mr. Avenger on all kinds of stuff, and at Thomas Avenger on TikTok, things like that. Voice actor, artist. I'll be doing Butch Wyatt. And yeah, you know what? I think you're right, Daffodil. I think Pete might be a bear, actually. Take a longer look at him.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. So last session, you fine gentlemen entered a mine. Well, you entered it 2 sessions ago, but you explored a mine. You were trapped beneath a lot miles of stone, and you had to find another way out. It is there within you've encountered what are referred to as Tommy knockers, which are a real life, booga booga, urban legend kind of thing. They trap miners so that when they are weak enough, they can feed on them. Y'all handled that pretty damn well. And as you try to escape, one sec. I just put something on screen. Xavier, here it is. Look at it. It's we got our first piece of fan art today. It is Crooked Charlie by our friend FD, Xavier over here in the chat currently. And it looks great. It's a great likeness. I love it. It's very cool. I love it.
Yeah, it's really, really awesome. And Xavier's good with that, with the digital media arts and stuff like that. He's come a long way really quick. I appreciate the share, man.
Oh yeah, no, it's our first ever actual fan art to come out of Fresh Out the Box, so it's pretty cool, pretty exciting. We've been wanting that kind of thing to happen, so thank you a lot, Xavier. We really appreciate it. But yeah, at the end of this mine, y'all came across a room of bones, which were brought to life by an ebony skull. You quickly realized that the ebony skull was his weak point and dispatched it very handily, seeing as how you have 2 legendary gunslingers with you. It wasn't too difficult. And then Heavy Pete Perkins showed that the Harrowed, when they encounter certain creatures, can absorb their power and gain some of their energy. After that, you all exited the mines through the emergency ventilation shaft elevator, and you were then on the surface, heading back towards camp, led by Crooked Charlie's Vulture. The Vulture, however, sat on a tree and waited, indicating that something was up. Y'all were up on a ridge, looking down, not too far down, at a campfire. And at that campfire were several rough and tumble-looking types, and one woman who James Daffodil recognized as Lisa. An ex-spurned lover and associate. He approached. Things got a little heated. A man got up to go towards James Daffodil, and then there was a gunshot. But no one knows from where yet. We zoom out of the smoking barrel, and that is where we will open up today's game.
Woo! That was a good recap, man. You already got me on the edge of my seat.
Thanks.
Who died?
Oh. I hear open channel static. Uh-oh. There you go. Yeah, it was Thomas. You did something. He does that sometimes. It's okay.
I
He
love
has
it.
really
He
high
beats
quality
himself up
equipment.
for it. Yeah, that's right.
He has high
Picks
quality
up room
equipment.
sound.
Yeah, much better. So sitting around the campfire, the gunshot goes off. We zoom out of the gun. It is a gun pointed straight up in the air, held by Lisa. As this man, this brutish, tall, burly guy, comes towards James with possible malice. A gunshot goes off. She said, "You need to calm down right there. I know this man, and as of yet, no harm will come to him. How you doing, James?" Except she says it with a lady voice. I don't have. How you doing, James?
Butch
Well, at
will
least-
chuckle and light a cigarillo.
You know, I've been all right. How about yourself?
Yeah, what are you doing out here? She'll like look around, genuinely curious. You guys are in the middle of nowhere. You're up in the mountains.
I'm gonna lay
Yeah.
low up on the ridge where they approached from and try not to be seen yet.
You, Crooked Charlie, and Butch have not been noticed yet. But they are currently looking. Yeah, her eyes will scan right past where you guys are.
I'll mash that out then. I didn't realize we were still stealth.
You're still hidden.
I believe I had stumbled into the camp.
I thought,
last
yeah, we
time
had all
and somebody
just
threw a
drawn.
barrel of a gun in my chest. So I think I've definitely been noticed.
If you wanted to. Oh, yeah, you stumbled in. That's right. You stumbled in and pretended to be. Well, kind of pretended to be drunk. I forgot.
And then
about
James came down and had my back, and then he
that.
recognized
That's right.
Lisa.
So the burly man approached you. That's right. I knew someone got accosted, but the gun went off. She said, "Who's your friend?" James. Who's your friend here? Is
Oh,
that
Oh, allow me. That's Crooked Charlie at your service, madam.
Crooked Charlie? You vaguely remember her, Charlie.
You look a mite familiar to me, sweetheart. You mind reminding me where from?
Yeah, you remember her from when her and James were like a thing, briefly.
Ew.
Yeah, that was your notion back then. And so you never paid her much mind. But yeah, she recognized you, Charlie. Huh. Anyone else with you? She'll be looking around. Some of her men are still uneasy. It seems that you guys can't. There's nothing around her. There's no reason for you to be up here. So they're like, "What the fuck's going on?"
Well, we're just out here working.
Kill them all. Let the dust sort them out. Vampire Bites, you have been booned by Gary.
Yep. As soon as he said that, I boomed him. I was like, bro, that's dope. What a dope thing to say.
Nice.
Yeah, sorry. James Daffodil, what'd you say?
We're just out here working.
Work. There ain't no work to be found out here. Not unless you know something I don't.
We brought the work with us. It's a cattle drive.
Really? She'll continue to look around and be like, "What the fuck? What cattle?" She doesn't see shit.
Oh, they're just off a ways.
Yeah, you're fairly confident they're just over the mountain. And at that, we'll even say a vague hint of a murr comes from on the wind. And she'll look that way and she'll be like, "Oh. Well, that doesn't seem much like James Daffodil work."
Well, you know, I pick up whatever's around. It's not like I need the money.
She'll coyly saddle up a little closer and be like, "Not that you need much, huh, James?" And then when she gets close, she's gonna slap you in the face. But you do deserve it. I'm gonna go ahead and say that. I'm gonna insert that as the DM. You absolutely deserve it.
Well, Lisa, I deserved that.
Oh boy.
Just over in the bushes, chewing on tobacco, just staring, giggling through.
She'll respond. "You're goddamn right. You deserve that. Haven't heard height no tail of you for going on 3 years now. It doesn't seem like that long to you, but she remembers better than you because you're a dick. But well, we're out here working too."
What you working on?
She'll kind of eye Crooked Charlie. a little bit. I'm not sure if it's something y'all would be interested in, seeing as how you're usually on the other side of this sort of thing.
Well, let's see. I bet you I might be.
She'll reach into her duster, and she'll produce a piece of paper. It has a picture on it of several different faces. You don't really recognize any of them. Maybe one of them was like Steve that you did a job with back in '84 or something, you know. But you don't think you recognize any of them. It's a wanted poster, obviously. We heard that these guys are out here fixing to raid the Lone Star Line just north of here.
Really? And you figured you'd pick him up for a war?
Figured we'd pick them up indeed.
Well, you know me. I could always lend a hand.
There's been a complication. We're pretty sure they're going to hit the train ahead of Roswell. But Roswell's where the soldiers are supposed to get off, so we don't want to have to compete for them for this bounty.
What?
Yeah. So the situation, just so I can lay it out. Let me lay out this bag of snakes for you, friend.
Talking about a motherfucking runaway train alien Roswell 51 situation right now.
Right? Yeah. No, they're heading to Roswell. You guys are just south of this train line, maybe like a day or two's ride. The cattle drive is actually heading right that way. You guys were going to cross the Lone Star Line at some point. Up ahead, though, there is a train coming, and it's going to be robbed by these guys. And they want to collect the bounty on them without the military that's aboard the train getting the bad guys first, because then they don't get paid. So it's kind of like it's like a tertiary heist. It's like a weird, like they're doing a heist, you guys are trying to unheist the heist while at the same time heisting the heisties. You see what I'm saying?
Totally.
Yeah.
So,
I think we should kill them all and let the dust sort them out.
Screw it. You can have that Benny the Vampire Bites guy. You can have that one. There you go, Vampire Bites. You got to give the people what they want.
That's right.
Excellent. But yeah, that's the situation that she explains to you.
well, Lisa, I tell you what. Let us help you out, and I'll even let you ride on my horse.
She'll give you some like flirty eyes a little bit, but then she'll be like, "I wouldn't be caught dead on that thing." She hasn't seen your horse, but she just assumes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's got more than one to pick from. If I know Jim Daffy, I know he's got quite the stable of horses and women.
Yeah, there's that boon there, Butch. And then Kevin got one too.
Oh, thank you.
Everybody getting them bennies. Don't forget, bennies can be very important.
Bennies.
Benjamin the Benjamin.
We're supposed to draw 3 plus whatever we got booned, correct?
Yes, 3 plus whatever. You're supposed to have 3 altogether plus anytime you get booned. Yeah. And
3 total at the beginning of each session, or they carry over?
Yeah. Oh, no, they do not
3
carry over.
total. Resets at 3.
All right. Go ahead and get rid of some of these.
Hello, welcome to Fresh Out the Box, everybody
Hi,
in
Alicia.
Twitch and on Facebook. Don't forget, you can use points that are free in the channel to boon and doom us to give us advantage and disadvantage in the story.
Oh, man, we had a lot of people on Facebook. That was cool.
Yeah, we did. We do. And join us here every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for tabletop role-playing game fun and board game fun.
This is Deadlands.
I shared it
I've
out
been
on
really
Facebook a
enjoying
minute ago.
this. I've been enjoying Deadlands a lot. But yeah, so that's the situation. You two are still hiding, but this job has been offered. What's your consensus? What do you guys do here? The ball's in your court.
Well, sounds like a deal to me.
You know I'm always in. However, there might be one little bit of a hitch in the giddy up here. Our team may be slightly larger than it looks. Is that
Yeah.
going to be an issue?
Fellas, what do you think about the job?
Oh, well, slowly meander out where I was taking a nap. Dust off. I had nothing else better to do. Why not?
I didn't hear them mention a paycheck. How much are we getting paid for this damn thing?
We're happy to split the bounty with y'all.
Well,
Specific numbers, I'm gonna have to think about it. I gotta, cause like $1 is like a lot of money, like relative to what it really is nowadays. So like,
If they hold up the bounty sign, I can't read it, and so I have to have somebody else tell me how much that is.
it's a fair amount. It's not like a life-changing amount of money, but it's a good amount. These guys are wanted, dead or alive.
No problem hunting bad guys. Count me in.
Their leader, however, is wanted, specifically alive. But it's a crew of 5. It's a crew of 5 guys. They're like they're not like the most famous outlaws around, but they are. You might have heard of them. We'll call them. Let's see. We'll call them the Snakebite Crew.
Ooh.
The Snakebite Gang. And then their leader will be Copperhead.
Yeah, I scrap a lot of metal, and some of the old folks I used to hang out with when I was younger, they used to call me Copperhead.
There you go.
Fun fact.
Yeah, the leader of this group is called Copperhead. He's one alive. The rest of them, take it or leave it. It's fine.
Interesting.
But yes, the train will be passing where they think that these guys are going to make their move sometime tomorrow night. Just enough time to get there.
Well,
but yeah, you guys all meander
aren't we supposed
out.
to be moving cattle by then?
In theory.
Aren't we supposed to be back on the road moving cattle by tomorrow night?
The way I see it is if we start moving them cattle and them boys catch us at the Lone Star line, we're going to be shit out of luck either way. So I'd say we better stop this first.
Maybe one of us can talk to the boss and see if he can let us scout out a day ahead. That'll give us a day to do what we need to do and cover our tracks.
I think he likes Daffodil the most.
I am the best.
No argument from me. And I look at your disgusting horse.
Lisa will look at the 3 companions, and then she'll look at James. Between the 3 of them, they got 4 feet in the grave. What's up with that?
I'd say 2 of those are probably mine, if I had to guess. I got 1 foot in the grave and the other one on a fucking banana peel.
Oh yeah, James doesn't completely get the reference because he doesn't believe that Pete's dead.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
Yeah, beggars can't be choosers there, ma'am. As far as I know, you were asking for our help, not the other way around.
She'll shrug at that and be like, fair point. And then she'll like look at you sly like, and then call you old man.
Best part about working with people who are mostly dead is if we don't come back, you can keep our cut.
But you better remind
That's not true. That is not fucking true. If he dies, I want his share.
You're dying before me, old man.
Well, if that's the case, you can have my fucking share.
She will pull out a map. She'll show you on the map. She'll say, meet us here tomorrow night. She'll say, right at sunset.
All right.
It's a location north of here. It won't be too hard for you to remember. I'm not going to make you like, now it's time to remember the map. That's not going to be a part of this. But
that sounds like a date to me, ma'am.
She also has a few crewmates. It's her. It's the big guy who's wearing that vest with the fur on the inside, and then like a little bowler hat. He's a big dude. And then there's a couple just kind of shitty looking slick dudes that look. They're kind of skinny. They're real shifty looking fellas.
Do we have to go back to the camp and let them know what we're doing? I imagine we do. If that's the case, I say we bring JJ along.
Yeah, it might be good to have something on the sacrificing block, little pervert.
I think bringing JJ is one of the worst ideas you ever had, Mr. Wyatt.
One more target for them to shoot at for us not to have to worry about. Well, as far as I can tell, he's pretty good with a knife.
You guys hear?
Get him in there and let him distract.
Yeah!
If we're successful, that loudmouth's gonna get us caught within a year.
You just hear it floating in on the wind. It's like echoing. Fuck yeah.
Taking him with us
Deal
is
with it.
just a way of sentencing us to kill him.
Are we not going to collect bounties? Everyone's going to know we did it when we turn them in anyway.
Let's guess we gotta keep this job clean.
Look, I'm not saying I'm not all in on it. I'm just saying give the kid a chance and it doesn't work out. Be a little bit quieter on our trail. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely. What do you gentlemen head back to camp?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably at least for the night. 'Cause you said we're not meeting with them till tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow night.
I make a point to say goodnight to Lisa, and then
Me too. And then I'll stare Jim down with a crooked smile.
She'll loosely
Ma'am.
flirt with most of you.
You don't have a horse or two you can spare for us to get back to camp, do you?
Afraid not, old man. She'll smile.
No.
Last time I gave old boy James Daffodil a horse, I never saw it again.
Yeah. We'll get to
If
walking.
you know what I
Have a good
mean.
evening, man.
She'll shoot you a curious glance, and then she'll shoot James kind of an upset look, as if he told you something false. But yeah, so you guys all head on back to camp. It's really not that far. It's like a 30-minute walk. But you guys did hear the cows mooing earlier. And eventually you guys do get close enough to hear JJ talking. It's like, man, I haven't seen them folks all day. What do you think they're doing? They went off without me. They're probably doing something cool as shit. I tell you what, man, fuck yeah. And then he'll like kick a rock really hard and it'll like bounce off a cliff and spook a cow.
I will take a long look at Heavy Pete and be like, imagine never having to come back into camp and hearing that again.
I look like around him off the long cliff.
I see his gaze and like follow him.
I could do it now. I walk the other way.
You'll hear JJ sneeze.
I'm gonna be with Daffodil when he talks to the boss to see if we can scout out ahead.
Yeah, that's fine. Another side note, Abraham goes and calms the cow that JJ spooked. He's like, JJ, you have to bring it down a little bit sometimes, man. Bring it down a little bit.
Oh, fuck yeah then. God damn yeah. Fuck yeah.
You'll see a confused, a befuddled look will cross Abraham's face. And then he'll kind of give up, and he'll like lead the spooked cow away, petting its face.
JJ leans like all the way down to the cow's ear. Hey, hell yeah, cow. Hell yeah. You're still spooking the cows, man. Stop.
Still spooked, yeah, absolutely.
It's that fucked up ass haircut he's got.
He does. I do imagine him with like a mullet.
Christ.
Well, yeah, I remember specifically Thomas telling us that JJ's hairline started like somewhere back here or something, just fucking awful. So that's all I can picture.
Right about here.
But it's long in the back.
Long and blonde.
Party in the back, bald in the front. Gotcha. Oh yeah, I forgot Xavier. You kind of set up Abraham for us. That was one. Yeah, that was cool. But yeah, so you guys back in camp. James, Pete, you guys do manage to find old man Sutter. He's talking to his daughter. they're talking about the drive ahead and the road so far.
We'll do good sheriff, bad sheriff. I'll let you start.
All right, sounds good to me. Hey, Mr. Sutter.
He'll break off his conversation abruptly. Yeah, James?
So me and this feller, a couple other fellers, we were off today. We ran into some trouble.
Yeah, we were wondering where you
there were these
got off to.
we got attacked by these weird critters, like big prairie dog looking critters. And
They were fairies.
we were able to dispatch them swiftly. Then we got attacked by the biggest bear I ever saw. Right? I killed him too. But what I'm trying to say is these parts are pretty rough. And I'm thinking maybe me and these fellers, since we already proved that we could handle it, we go out ahead and make sure everything's safe.
So rough, it's got those Texas desert bears.
Yeah, go ahead and give me that that persuasion check. I feel like that could be cool, or if you have some sort of related check. Like, what was it? Not perception. What's the other one? Where you're convincing people of stuff.
Notice or persuasion? There's
Persuasion.
a persuasion.
There you go. I forgot that word. My bad.
I think that's the first word you said.
Yeah. So as you know, 4s are typically passes unless there are negative modifiers. In this case, there weren't, because you have proven yourself. Specifically, the whole crew as a whole as well. But they had you leading the cattle drive one day, and you managed to save some cattle from those rustlers from Bayou Vermilion. So, you guys want to do the scouting? Yeah. No, that would have me and my daughter here were just talking about. I wasn't sure if I wanted to leave again after what happened last time.
Wow.
Right. Well, yeah, you just keep an eye on things around here and we'll help you out.
Yeah, that solves a lot of problems. Oh, definitely. We thought you guys might have like wandered off and gotten bored or something.
Well, for only $30 a month, we tend to find other things to do.
Good to know that y'all sent out a search party when you realized we were gone.
Yeah, they should be back any second now, actually. You said it sarcastically with like a little bit of anger, but he did send out a search party.
Well, luckily it was us gone and not them.
Yeah. But yeah, so your intimidation check there, Pete. What are you doing here?
My opinion is if you and your daughter go out ahead, you're going to wind up with your heads off of your body. Your corpse is going to be laying in a field, rotting, surrounded by flies. Buzzards pecking at the remains. As far as the rest of your crew, it's a good thing you sent them together, because ain't nobody stronger than the 4 of us stand a chance alone out here.
The strength of your
Very much.
your anger. He takes an involuntary step backwards, and you see his daughter actually visibly shudder at what you're saying. But you guys. She'll say this. Yeah, you guys seem like you are capable. She's visibly like kind of like cowed. She's been like.
Look,
she's
darling,
like muted now. You scared the shit out of her.
This is the one that I helped deliver the calf, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna take a knee and try to console a little bit. Take my hat off, gruff old face, gray, long, stringy hair. Look, darling, there are some things this group of fellows does better than helping livestock and helping little baby calves. So why don't you and your pop stick to that and let us do what we do best? All right.
she'll
Well, I'll give her a little pat.
She'll look down at you and be like, okay, Butch.
I'm so sorry about them too. The one over there, they call him Heavy Pete. I think it's because he's always saying weird shit like that. And Wyatt,
because he says heavy shit.
he's just a curmudgeon, you know.
Yeah, she'll look at Butch and be like, yeah, it was a little patronizing, but that's okay. He was trying to help.
I wasn't the one who left my girl standing alone in the desert about an hour ago, Daffodil.
Well, It is what it is. She ain't really my girl.
Way I seen it, she made him walk away without a horse.
But yeah, so you guys have the evening to recover, recoup, hang out. Anything you want to do before you head out in the morning?
Sleep as much as I can. Butch is very old, and the adventure in a mine car was not good for his old body.
Butch just passes out underneath like a dead tree.
Charlie is going to spend the most of the evening, probably the better part of the evening, rigging up different little sets of explosive devices. So he's kind of like putting small pieces of dynamite in, but he's kind of like securing them to the outside of a bottle of nitroglycerin. And he's keeping them real small and real tight, but he does make about, I think, 6 to 8 of these.
Tiny bombs.
Tiny bombs?
No, tiny. No, you make 8 tiny
Yeah,
bombs.
what you do is just stick him right up the butt.
It's a keister weapon.
Are you trying to make like little
Tiny
explosives?
dancer.
Right? Like tiny charges?
Yeah, essentially so. But the way that they're rigged is such that the dynamite fuse runs through the cap of the nitroglycerin bottle, and then it's sealed on top of that. So I could either detonate them with physical force on the nitro or with a traditional fuse lighting on the dynamite.
Gotcha. Yeah, give me a demo check. Engineering, repair, or whatever. Repair, right? Yeah. Ooh, that's not quite good enough.
So I maybe made 4?
So you maybe made ones that might be unstable.
Just the way I like it.
You can re-roll if you want to with the Benny, but you don't have to.
I would like to go ahead and spend that Benjamin and do
Yeah,
that,
go ahead,
because I think this is going to be pretty important.
It could be. Yeah, there you go.
Hot.
Much better. Yeah, now you do it Aces style. Like, now you do it to perfection. So,
Okay.
you make these, I'll say you make, how many do you want? 8?
Yeah, I'll have 8.
Let me make a roll here. You will make, oh, not bad, 6. I made like a little roll over here. You'll make 6, and they're all pretty decent.
Perfect.
And then I was gonna say something to one of you. Something funny happened. Yeah, Butch is sleeping. Pete doesn't really sleep. Daffodil, did you want to do anything before you headed out?
Nah, I'll just have some rest.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Cricket Charlie. So I found out a little bit more about how Ghost Rock and Ghost Rock devices work, such as
Wonderful.
your hey, what's up, Busted Gums? Such as your ghost flamethrower. So what happens is when you used it, you ignited the ghost core. It's still burning, and it doesn't stop burning. It can't. That's not how they work. They keep burning until they're done. You can completely shut off its oxygen to kind of stop it, but it's not. You have 3 days, so pretty much 2 more days of it burning, then that core is dead.
So originally it said 1 pound of Ghost Rock will give me about 6 shots on the flamethrower. I have used one of those. Do you want me to go ahead and take another one off for the passage of time? Because
No.
I probably burned fuel.
No, you'll be able to. I don't think it's supposed to work like that. But yeah, whichever comes first, 3 days or 6 shots.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, good thing I spent for that fucking extra pound of ghost shit.
That's expensive.
It was. The flamethrower and the ghost shit put me down, like, big time.
Yeah, I was wondering how much you had. No, that's funny. All right, but yeah, so you are boom.
Not
you guys
tree
are ready.
fitting.
And then the sun rises on a brand new day, guys.
As per normal, Butch will go to wherever the coffee is and dump it out and make his own. Like immediately start a new pot. Like maybe the coffee in this camp is good. Butch doesn't know. He's never tried it. He dumps it out and makes his own daily.
The blonde-headed cook, he'll be like, "Hey, the fuck,"
Yeah.
and he'll like wander off muttering something about fucking old man. But yeah, there's like grits and some hot cakes going on. If you guys are interested.
Man, I'm going to eat like a little kid because I had a very active day for an old man. Throwing down. All those gross sounds.
But yeah, you guys are able to get a decent enough breakfast. You get the coffee going, and you guys can head out whenever you want.
Is there a bath here anywhere?
No.
Great.
The closest thing you had to a bath was when you were in the river.
Smelling ripe.
Yep. Everybody stinks though.
So when we ride out, I would like to discuss with the rest of the team what they think the plan is, what they think we should do, how we're going to proceed with this other group of essentially, I guess, what equates to bounty hunters when we meet up with them. Should we have some of their members come onto our team and two of us go over there to kind of keep things in control or what? So I just want to discuss logistics with the guys on the ride over.
No, absolutely. So you guys mount up, head out. If there's anything you need to do before you leave, let me know now. Otherwise, you guys head on out and you are having this conversation while riding full tilt to the north.
Yeah.
Which horse do you take, James?
I'm gonna take Dandelion.
Okay.
That's
He's the
a
only
scary
one
one.
that, you guys all switch out horses pretty regularly, but he actually has one that has like special stats or whatever.
Yeah, I'm going to keep with Nerd. We're keeping Nerd the horse too.
I do not have those stats still, actually.
Oh man, I thought I gave it to you. Oh yeah, you said it didn't work. I'll figure that out for you. But in the meantime, you guys are heading. Go ahead and have your little conversation about logistics. Their team is a team of 4 bounty hunters, including Lisa, 2 shifty-looking gunmen, and a big dude.
Is there any way that I could retroactively try to notice something about the shifty guys? Like maybe if they were Pinkertons or something?
It's a Pinkerton.
The Wild West detective.
Working for the man.
Man.
Oh,
In fact, it was a detective agency back then, and it's still the detective agency to this day.
Yep. It's like some...
Private police.
Union busting organization.
so you're seeing if they like work for the law directly or something?
They work. They're
Just Kevin frozen.
black. They're Blackwater for Wild West trains, essentially.
Kevin
Yeah.
just frozen. All right, I'm gonna reconnect real quick. All right, so Kevin. All right, so Kevin's still not back. Can you guys see him?
Negative.
Okay, so we'll talk about that in a minute then. The whole Pinkerton angle, but yeah, so you guys are traveling. It's a hard day's ride to where your meeting spot. You only have a few hours to make it.
I do that thing where I wait till I'm live again, and then I'm like, fuck, shit, why is this happening? And I'm like, oops. I'm back. Sorry about that.
Nah, you're good, man. Pinkerton. So you're trying to figure out if they're like undercover or like working for.
Right, like I'm kind of wondering if they don't have ulterior motives to what Lisa's trying to do.
I mean, yeah, you can make an insight check on their crew.
Cool.
I'll allow it.
And what would that role count as?
I think it's like spirit.
Oh, even better. Son?
You don't really trust any of them. They all seem like a shifty lot
Cool.
Well,
with that role.
what's the plan? We going up here and splitting this bounty with these guys? We taking it from them, or
Those are all options. I'm excited to find out.
Well, you know how I roll. As soon as we heard about it, sounded like it was ours.
that's the way it sounds to me.
We might need the extra muscle fighting them boys off, but once them boys are gone, I'd say we just clean up and head back.
I didn't agree with nobody to do this job. Means I ain't going back on my word, no matter what we do. I'm looking at James Daffodil to make a decision. It's his friend.
I haven't decided yet
Some
whether I
friend.
will steal from her again or let her have a little bit this time.
At least this time, if you steal for us, she won't be angry about it. The condition we'll leave her.
Yeah, I mean, fool me twice, you know.
Well, James, it does sound like if it comes down to it, and it's you or her. She has the upper hand. She might deserve it.
I don't think she's going to have the upper hand.
Then again, always if we wipe out 3 out of 4 of them, still sends a message. She don't necessarily have to buy the farm if she wants to hang out for a bit and help with the cattle.
I sure wouldn't like to see Lisa dead. But the other fellers, I don't care so much about.
What was it exactly you were tinkering with last night, Charlie?
Oh, you saw me, huh, Butch? Well, now that you asked, I suppose it's just fine to tell you. I was setting up these little special charges here. So, the way that I work them is that I could either chuck them at something and the contact will cause them to explode real big, or I could set a fuse to them and blow them like traditional charges. But the trick about these here is that any sort of small vibrations, much like you'd get on a horse, will cause it to violently explode. So I had to pack them up real nice on this trip out here, and hopefully we don't hit too much turbulence.
I'm not going to make you constantly roll for it, but if something goes down, there's a chance. So just be aware.
As soon as Charlie says that, I'm going to, snap my horse. Yeah, I'm going to double snap, double speed up in front.
Charlie's aware of this, so he's not riding that close to everybody else. He's drunk and everything, but this is what he does. So, I mean, he's not trying to put the rest of his
Ghostbusters, when they first turn the proton pack on, everyone moves away.
Cover your genitals, boys. But yeah, I did send.
Just saying, what's stopping you from
stats
throwing some bombs in their saddles?
In the
there's not too much stopping me except for old Jim Daffy and his heartfelt opinions.
Well, good to know we have that as an option, Charlie.
Always an option, Butch.
But yeah, so let me know when you're done planning, because that's pretty much when your trip's. The trip it's just a straight ride, and you know where it is. So once you guys are done making your plan, you guys will arrive.
I don't intend to get myself stuck inside of some lover's quarrel if I can avoid it.
Oh,
That
you don't
said-
have to worry about that.
That said, the payday's right.
Well, let's hold up. Well, first, Kevin disappeared. But I was... Magic. I was going to say, we're already going to... Uh-oh.
There we go.
We're already going to be on the train. We're already looking for the bounty. We might as well see if that train's got any goods on board.
I like where your head's at, Pete.
Or what's left of it. Ew.
You're one to talk, Charlie.
You are.
You ain't that ugly.
But yeah, so that's an option. Maybe stealing the cargo. You don't know terribly. You don't really have any intel on this train yet. You'll receive more information when you get to Lisa.
Great.
But you guys think you have your kind of vague plan hammered out?
Yeah, the last thing I want to do before we get into their camp is release my buzzard into the air and have them circle around us.
Absolutely.
So we're going to ride up on the train with our horses and jump on. That's the plan.
And they haven't really told you their plan yet. But
Hopefully they know what kind of cards there are so we can make an informed decision here.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah, I just wanted to give you this opportunity to have your subterfuge. But you guys ride on up. The campsite is kind of similar to where you guys were last night. It's in some rocky obtrusions, shielded from long-distance viewing, and kind of like it's a pretty safe camping spot. It's a pretty good camping spot.
Is there a bridge or anything around here nearby that I could jump off of to get on top of the train, like a rock pass or a formation or something?
Yes. All right. So, yeah, that's definitely going to be part of. She will tell you guys a little bit about the train, but that will be part of it. At one point, it's going to go into a tunnel. At another point, it's going to go through like a canyon. Both of those things will happen during this.
Interesting.
And there's also a bridge, but you're going over it, not under it. So.
Well, unless I put some dynamite under it, then we'll go right through it.
It's true. It's true. But yeah, so you guys get to the campsite. Hey, what kept you? They'll holler at you. She'll holler that at you.
I hate horses, and I jump off of my horse.
Your horse typically, when you get off of it, moves away from you. It's like a little uncomfortable.
And they hate me too.
Yeah, the animals don't like you very much. There are ways around it.
Your horse is terrified all the time.
Yeah, the whole time it's running, it's trying to get away from him. It's like, ah!
Yeah, and I don't like that damn thing anymore than it likes me. Foul creatures, horses.
Maybe there's some fucking zombie horse or something you can get.
That problem.
There ain't no such thing as zombie horses.
Oh, maybe there's some kind of bear horse you can get or something.
Well,
There you
maybe.
go. Yeah, zombies.
Mr. Daffodil, where the hell were you when the reckoning happened?
What are you talking about?
It ain't worth it.
For those of you at home, the Reckoning was like an apocalyptic event where darkness came to Earth. But yeah,
That everyone's aware of.
pretty much everyone is aware of.
Apparently, James Daffy was in like a fallout bomb shelter. And just popped
Some
out.
people can be skeptical of these things, but for the most part, people genuinely accept that there are monsters.
Fake news.
Oh god. But yeah, so you guys are there. The other three, I guess I'll give them names. We'll just call the big guy Bear, and then it can be. We'll say the other two are twins, and we'll call them Derek and Merrick. It seems like you guys froze again.
Roll 20. Maybe.
Yeah, it seems like Roll20 might be having an issue, which is unfortunate. Yeah, it's definitely not me, because you guys aren't connected through me. Can you guys hear me?
I can, yeah. I can see you and hear you, and Matt. However, Thomas.
And yeah. You guys, all right, now we're all back. I don't know what's going on with Roll20 tonight, y'all.
Just gotta keep
Hello.
reconnecting until it works.
Yep. All right, so we're all back. So the big guy, his name's Bear. And then the twins, I'm going to say they're twins now, Derek and Merrick. And yeah, so there's that.
Twins. I'm gonna say their names now. Derek and Merrick.
Derek and Merrick.
Just, I love the delivery.
It's all about the delivery. My motto is do it bad.
You know, that was my motto
Man.
as a child growing up, and my parents did not love that about me.
All these years later.
I need a screenshot of your head, Jahan.
Nike says just do it. Jahan says just do it bad.
Just do it bad. Just do it bad. Yeah, Twitch is
Little
having
black and
problems
white
too.
screen
Vampire
print
Bites.
of your face
That's
on a
right.
shirt. Just do it bad.
I think that should be some official fresh out the box
Merch. Yeah. Some fresh out the box merch.
Do it bad.
Do it bad.
All right, I'll
You know,
write that down.
I feel like there's some knowledge to that statement, though, right? That's how everybody gets fucking started. Doesn't matter if you know how to do it or not. You just do it. Just do it bad. Eventually, it'll be good. You know,
Inspirational
that's-
quotes from the man himself.
That should be some merch. I'll put together something.
Excellent. But yeah, so Barrett, Derek, and Merrick, they have a different disposition towards you guys. They've had time to stew on the fact that you guys exist at all, and they're accepting. They're like, hey, how's it going? They're still kind of gruff, but they're not like complete dicks.
I'm gonna sort of just keep my head down and hope I don't have any sort of history with these guys.
Thanks, Busta Gums. 100 bits cheer for Derek and Merrick Zoolander.
Hey, hell yeah. What the hell is it, you googly anyways?
Damn it. But
What
yeah,
is this? A Western campaign for ants?
don't
Three
make me
of my
remember
friends
that movie,
died from
man.
a
I'm gonna
freak
start losing my...
gasoline fire.
Gasoline fight accident.
Oh god, that movie.
Jitterbug.
But yeah, so you guys are at the campsite. Lisa's there.
Don't start singing.
Everybody's there. There's a fire going. They're cooking up like some game they caught. It seems like some rabbits, maybe. Could be any kind of rodent, though. You're not really sure. But yeah, they're cooking
Sit
up.
down and just grab me a bowl near the fire, hat down, bowl in the mouth.
She'll pull out a map while you guys are doing this. She'll show you the, like, it's not an exact, they don't know exactly where the train's going to get hit. But they're pretty sure the Snakebite crew is going to hit somewhere in this section. You'll see, as I described earlier, that within this section contained, there's a bridge that you guys are going to go over some water. There is a tunnel, and there is like a canyon where there's cliffs right there. And you guys are also going to go on the outside of like a cliff face at one point. It's a pretty good little area. They're pretty sure they're going to hit here, she'll mark. And she does know the train layout. Twitch hates when I watch Jahan stream. It can't be you, Vampire Bites. You're always watching. It doesn't always explode. But yeah, the train is called Old Thunder. It's on the Lone Star rails. And then this is the order of the train cars that she is aware of. There's an engine, as per usual, and then the coal to power the engine. Then there's some sort of lumber. They usually carry that to make money. Then cargo. And then she thinks that's the next one's the military train. The military car. And then the last 4 cars are all passengers. She thinks that their target is the front cargo. And then the other cargo has like various stuff in it. Just not worth. But the one closest to the front supposedly has gold in it.
Well, you may not remember this about me, Lisa, but it's just a couple of boomsticks. I'm able to separate one car from the rest of the cars pretty lickety-split-like, if that seems like something that tickles your fancy.
It could be. It could be. If you separate the military from the other train, then perhaps the Snakebite crew will be easier to intercept without the military interference.
It sure wouldn't be too difficult for me to ride up there with Charlie and drop him off on the train.
Okay. I was thinking about maybe having some people get on board at some point. Maybe walking through the passenger cars. Going and taking a look-see. Make sure there aren't any surprises.
Well, if that's the case, then let's cut the passenger cars first. Let them get a ways behind where that military car is, and let that one go. Clean up the passengers with half the crew. Clean up the train with the second half. Military car is out in the middle all alone.
Well, I'm thinking if the military car is there at the end and we got 3 passenger trains, I'm thinking right as that fucker goes through the tunnel, we'll blow that military car and the passengers separate and then collapse the tunnel as the front half of the train moves through. Then we could just mop up all the rest of the treasure.
We're not trying to blow up the train tracks, Charlie. Lisa will look at you kind of amused.
Why are we not?
Well, I feel
why
like
are we not trying to blow up the train tracks?
I feel like our bounty office might hold a grudge against us destroying what do you call it? Trans-coastal railroad track.
Oh, look, boys. We've got ourselves a dissenter.
All right.
I thought we were being hired to do a job.
I mean, if you want to just talk about
paperwork.
If you want to talk about just the social, economical repercussions of destroying the train track, we can do that.
Charlie's blown a couple of trains off the rails in his day.
Tell me exactly what it's looking like in San Francisco in the weird Wild West. I think they got less to worry about than one train tunnel right now.
That could be awesome.
No, actually, there is stuff. I think that's where what is called the maze exists.
There's a giant bay. There's got to be sea monsters and shit in there.
Yeah, I think the like part of the West Coast cracked apart, and there's like these just giant like ocean streams going through these like torn apart continental plates. It's pretty dope.
Damn.
Yeah, so railroad, schmell road.
You can't ride up to the military cars or past them. They're going to see you. You're going to need to be in position already, ready to blow them if you're doing that. If we're robbing the cars from behind, we can approach from behind. We can cause a hell of a scene. The military car can get all in a ruckus right as Charlie lets it go kaboom, if that's what we're doing.
Well, saying we pull up to the end of a passenger car and someone just quietly runs across the top and lets go of the other cars. Pull the pin. We wouldn't even know we were there.
Quietly ain't my forte.
Yeah, but then
Yeah, I don't think I can make my dynamite silent either.
Everyone that went into the back cars would be left behind, though.
No, they would just be on their horses.
Oh, they get back.
One person rolls up, pulls the pin on the military car. It and the passengers drop behind. We ride to the treasure, take what we need.
Or we pull the pin behind the military car. Rob the passengers at our own leisure. Well, you and your crew could do that. Me and my crew will head on up ahead and do what we're supposed to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds familiar.
All I'm saying is I'm gonna catch somebody. Actually, I could catch two people. Two people.
Who are you trying to catch?
Is this not the bounty thing?
Yeah.
Are we not?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, technically your only like official goal from Lisa is to capture these bounties. You guys can add or subtract whatever you want from
And
them.
are these bounties passengers or military?
They are also, they're robbing the train.
Oh, so the snakebite crew is the bounty. The gold on the train isn't really the target.
No, if you want to rob the train, that's different.
Oh, I understand now. We're stealing every goddamn thing on this train. I'm gonna drop one of those motherfuckers and take his snakebite bandana on. The snakebite crew did all that. Then afterwards, we'll kill every single one of them, collect the bounties on them, and walk off with the treasure of the heroes.
Well, don't kill the leader. He's wanted alive.
He is wanted alive.
Yeah. Hopefully you don't run into me.
Lisa will.
How many limbs do they need to keep?
Lisa will look at you and then look at James and be like, "Holy fuck, James! What the fuck is this guy?
I really don't know him that well. Really?
Is he a part of the Donner Party? Like, what the fuck?"
You want to eat them, that's your own business. It doesn't really melt my butter, though.
She'll kind of be shocked at the murder everyone, leave no witnesses, and frame the gang. That's a good tactic, though.
You know, Jim, your friends.
Yeah, I'm a cop. I know it's a good tactic.
She'll look at you and then look at James like, what? But yeah, so just to recap, just so it's clear, the snakebite crew is not on the train. They're gonna hit the train, and they're your targets. So that's like, just making sure that's clear. They are not on the train. They are heading to the train, and you're trying to figure out when they're going to intercept and capture them, either before they get on the train or when they get on the train. And you don't want the military to get their hands on them.
Well, you just point me at the leader, and I'll catch him real quick. Doesn't matter what point.
Yeah, the rest of them, we can let them get on the
What's
train.
the leader
and
look like? What does the one we need alive look like?
He's an older man, probably about 45, with a scar going across his cheek into his mouth.
Yeah, 45 sounds old as hell.
For the Wild West, yeah, it's pretty old. He did it. He's a grandpa.
Except for this group.
Except for this group, yeah, you guys are living way beyond your years.
Old as hell, and we're all like, 45.
But just off in the distance, you guys kind of hear, woo woo. It's not the closest, but you guys do hear like its first whistle blow. And the sun is completely below. It is now nightfall.
I'm going to send that buzzard out to start scouting for the snakebite crew so we can see them as soon as they start rolling up.
Absolutely. You throw your bird
buzzard
out.
commands?
Kind of.
I'm a Beastmaster, girl.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Can the buzzard pull out the pen?
I don't believe so, but I have
it
used
strong
it
enough?
So, as far as pulling the pin goes, some of you here are experienced train robbers. You would know that it requires a tool of some kind and thumbs.
Which is usually why I just blow them off, because I can get the bird to drop the charge right on the coupling, and it'll just de-link it.
God, I hope your bird botches and explodes in midair.
Me too.
It's like,
I've
ah!
actually planned to use him as a kamikaze.
Immediately, nerd.
Like a tub of KFC lands in your hands from the sky. Just a ready to go bucket. I'm telling you, that's why I picked Buzzard.
Who's a vampire? No one's a vampire bites. No one but you. Although I think vampires can exist in this game. But yeah, so you guys hear the train coming.
I'll be a vampire.
What's your final plan here? Go
That's
ahead.
why. I'm gonna ride up to. You said the tunnel is first, right?
It's gonna be the canyons first.
The canyons are first. Okay, I'm gonna be ready in the canyon to mount the top of this train.
You guys are kind of in the canyons, but you're not next to the tracks yet. You can go there though if you want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna get on a rock formation or whatever I have to try to make the smallest jump on the top of this.
Yeah, it's not too hard for you to get into position. You find a nice spot that kind of overhangs on the train.
And I'm gonna try to jump on the lumber car.
The lumber car. Gotcha. Yeah, so you're in position. What do the rest of you do?
I think maybe I will pick up Charlie. Is he frozen?
It looks like it. That's a good face.
It is
man.
good.
Yeah, I thought he was just really, really engaged.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, the whole thing keeps hiccuping. So yeah, it's definitely something wrong with Roll20.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry for all the folks watching at home, but it's just little hiccups.
I'm gonna
You know
jump
what,
on the
man?
lumber car with him, having done some of that before.
I'm gonna at Roll20. We gonna tweet him.
Oh no.
Get him.
I'm probably gonna stick with, I'm not sure what everybody was doing when I dropped, but I'm probably going to stick with James Daffodil because this is kind of something that we used to do. So we've probably got a plan that'll come together.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'll probably drop Charlie off and then head towards the gang on my horse.
So my experience as a lawman in the past, stopping people from doing shit like this, is there anything like I'm gonna try to position myself to where I know the lawman would be like defending from, so that I can shoot them in the back?
Gotcha. So you're probably
Like,
gonna
not the lawmen, but like the other bounty hunters that are coming onto the train to rob it. I'm gonna position myself behind where the lawmen would be, so they'll see them first, and then I'll get clear shots. That's the idea.
Gotcha.
That makes sense.
Kind of. So you're gonna get behind.
I'm gonna
the bounty
use them
hunters.
as a shield.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna get behind
the bounty hunters
lawmen
are planning
and
on
use the lawman as a distant shield.
the bounty hunters are planning on pulling up to the main car. The main cargo.
Okay, so I'm gonna be on lumber and probably like with Pete. Jump there, and then I'm probably gonna fold back some towards the engine.
Okay, so you want to be with Pete then?
Yeah, initially.
Okay. So now we know where everyone is. So they're gonna go ahead and they're gonna try and take over the cargo train. Then Cricket, Charlie, James, you guys are gonna be riding up, doing whatever it is that you feel like doing with that. And then the other two of you are gonna jump on. So everybody's in position now. Charlie, James, and then the bounty hunters are all like hiding behind some rocks, ready to go. The train, it comes on up, rolls on past you guys a little bit, and you guys start riding.
Yeah.
You guys start riding. You guys start matching pace. You guys start passing it a little bit. And the bounty hunters all haul ass past you guys because they're going ahead of you. The Avenger boys, Pete and White. You guys. Here comes the train car. It's coming towards you. It's about to be underneath you guys.
Ready for it?
Yeah.
Get ready for it.
Go ahead and give me those athletics checks.
May
Ready.
May I roll agility instead?
Yes, that's fine.
Yeah. 11.
All right. What about? Oh, that was Butch.
Oh shit!
Oh shit, that was Butch.
You guys rolled at the exact same time.
Okay, you said roll agility.
Yeah, we clicked at the
No,
exact
it's just funny.
same time. I thought it was mine.
Time. I didn't even see.
I'll spend a Benjamin.
I figured. because you got a fucking 2. All right,
I'll take the
that's
5.
better.
Yeah, that's much better.
Butch does some like old man kung fu, like stills the mind kind of shit, and just like
Not my first rodeo.
he just kind of like lands almost in a sitting position on a log. He's
Trick
like,
is to lean into it.
yeah, he just leans into it, and then Pete, a little less ceremoniously, but still pretty adept. You land it as well with that reroll of a 5. That's pretty
I like to imagine Pete just jumps out like completely 90 degrees, standing straight up.
Pin missile.
So it's like
I have such high vigor. I was totally ready to just eat it, like just no grace, just jump into a big pile of sticks. Yeah. So like basically, like a limp body. Instead of jumping off of this, I just like collapse like a rag doll. Yeah, and then get back up.
if you hadn't rerolled, that's what would have happened. But now you stick the landing pretty decently. You almost stumble.
Like a marionette that you drop all the strings to all at once.
But you guys are both aboard this train, so
I'm gonna head towards the engine now.
Yeah, behind you is the coal and the engine, and in front of you is the cargo. And you guys can see the bounty hunter crew riding up to that. So we're gonna swoop on over to Cricket Charlie and James Daffodil. You guys can actually kind of see. You guys are doing your own thing. You're a little focused on it, but you do see your two friends jump on off of the cliff and land on the lumber. They seem like they're okay, but you can't really see them that well.
You know, Jim, I can't help but think that old JJ would have lost his shit seeing something that cool.
I know, right?
That bastard.
But yeah, so what's your plan? What are you riding up on?
We want to get ahead of the military car, so that I can drop off Charlie to blow.
Give me that. Give me that.
Yeah, I think
check.
I'm riding Nerd, so I'm gonna be riding with him because I can kind of communicate with the horse and send him off, send him in, whenever. So I'm not worried about jumping off and ditching the horse.
Gotcha. You guys both give me ride checks then.
Oh shit.
You should have rode with me.
Yeah, I'm kind of considering.
Daffodil impregnates his horse. That horse gives birth. He rides that horse.
Abraham weeps.
I'm gonna go ahead and reserve a Benny just in case.
Yeah, you can do it after the fact. It's all good.
Not bad. Not as
Not
bad
great.
as I thought. Probably not gonna get me to where I need, so I'm gonna go ahead and start that Benny.
On a D4.
Oh,
Oh,
wait.
shit.
Wait, I have a question. In my notes here, Nerd the horse, not the bird. It says that he has a D8 to spirit for horse. Does that help me at all? Can I roll spirit instead of riding?
It does not help you. That's his stat. So like if he's trying to reduce, if your horse, if he's trying to resist like being scared or that kind of thing, he rolls a D8, which is pretty good. So he doesn't spook easy. That's what that means.
Nah, I ended up with the same 3. Fuck it, I'm gonna spend one more. So let me.
Oh no!
Oh wait, I can't because it's a red, right?
No. If you roll 2 reds, then you can't.
Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and spend another one.
Okay.
If I am allowed, and
Yeah,
try to
you
get
are.
this right.
That's cool. That's cool, Vampire. How about TSR?
Looks like 2 of us for cornhole and the livestock.
Yep. Nah, you guys. Yeah. James, you do whatever the fuck you tell me that you did. And Cricket Charlie, pretty close to the same. You guys both aced it. That's really good. Really good rolls when you needed them.
For 3 rolls.
James just doing all of the obnoxious show horse moves of the Y, like climbing underneath, hanging on the bottom of the saddle, like standing straight up, like pommel horsing it. What are you doing?
What I want to do with this roll is I want to stand on the back of Dandelion and ride up the train and look in the windows to see if I can get any info.
Yes, that is a good use of that. So you ride along the military one, you're saying?
It depends on wherever we are right now.
If you're trying to ride past the military one, then yeah, you could look in those windows if you wanted to.
Great, yeah, that's what I'd like to do.
You peek in. I'm not going to make with that roll. I'm going to let this just be. You have plenty of time to look. You're like standing on your horse's back, looking in. You're like, you see 9 men in there. Most of them are seated. Some of them like are holding their guns and are kind of like they look like they're on duty. Some of them are kind of just fucking off. And then you notice that one of them is in front of the train car, like outside smoking, in like that little area that the wind isn't too bad. And then you see their captain walking back and forth, kind of pacing. You can tell he's a captain by his military coat of arms.
All right. Charlie close enough that I can tell him to watch out for this.
Yeah, you could definitely. Yeah, you can ride on up real fast. You can like whisper in his ear. You can do whatever you want, bro. You roll a 20.
That's exactly what I do. I want to ride up and whisper in his ear.
He tells you. Yeah, he tells you everything he just saw.
I'm gonna be like, Jesus Christ, where did you come from? And then I'm gonna look up and see him standing on his horse, and be like, at it again, huh, Jim? So I'm gonna go ahead and get on top of that train car now that he's let me know that that guy's there.
Yeah, which side? So you can get on it. There are ladders on the front and back of the train car. The front part, which is where I think you're trying to blow up, is where the guy is. The back part, there's no one there.
Right on. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm picturing. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump onto the back of the military car, which I believe is fourth from the end, and then I'm gonna scramble up on top of the roof. Then I'm gonna give a glance over my shoulder at Nerd, the horse, and have it run off just so it doesn't get caught under the train.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna make my way down to where that guy is, but I'm gonna be right above him. And give me just a second on whether I'm gonna try to push him or surprise him.
Go ahead and give me either agility or athletics to jump from your horse to the train. Yeehaw!
Ooh. All right. And here we go. Bam!
Boom!
Yes, sir.
You do like a half gainer.
Yeah. I did like
Half
a
gainer.
grand jeté on the way to the fucking back of it.
You do like a little front flip. You're like holding on with one arm. You're just like flagpoling it. But yeah, you're on that ladder, no problem. You even get up to the top, and I'm gonna let that carry over to walk across. It's very windy up here, sir.
Right on. Yeah, I'm gonna yell back to Jim, just like the good old days, huh, buddy? And I'm gonna make my way towards the front there.
Nerd easily just pulls off.
Now, do I still have enough action in my turn to go fuck with this chode smoking?
We're not technically internal yet, but you are right above him, and that's when we're going to cut back to what are you doing, James, during all this? Is there anything else you want to do in this scene before things kick off?
Well, I was gonna try to lasso the fella and jerk him off the train.
I bet you were.
Mm-hmm.
Classic.
Catchphrase now.
Classic Matt move.
Yeah, Vampire TSR's back. Yeah, that's going to be
We're gonna be getting.
Matt always be jerking off dudes,
all the
y'all.
times Matt says something like that.
absolutely. So you're still riding along the side of the car. You're getting closer to where that guy is. And you see the bounty hunters up ahead. And they are getting onto the side of the car, and they're opening the door. You see Bear jump off and open the door. The two
Which
of you,
car?
The cargo car. The bounty hunter's going straight for the cargo so they can head off the bandits before they can even try. After a second, you see him open the door, and then you hear, and you see one of the Derek or Merrick, you're not sure which one, his horse gets shot to shit, and you just hear this Gatling gun open up. And after that, you're gonna have to wait to find out after the break.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
that's exactly right. You will.
Thank you so much for watching so far. It's been a great night. We'll see you guys on like a loose 5, probably like a 7. Come back, check it out, see what happens with this train high, see if everybody dies. They probably will. It's gonna be fun. See you guys.
Spoiler alert. They die.
Spoiler alert. But yeah, see you guys in a minute. Hey everybody, welcome back to Fresh Out the Box plays Savage World Deadlands. I'm still the Game Master, Johananon.
I'm the Game Master, Johananon.
Oh,
I am also the
I
game
am
master.
the game
but you can call me
master.
Casualty CDG.
I am the
Ananon. And I'll be playing Crooked Charlotte.
I'm Matt.
Playing Matt from Delaware.
Yeah.
I'm in Delaware.
Fun fact, once again, Kevin in real life was actually born in Delaware.
hey, we got
What?
a follow on Facebook. Thanks, Matthew Brodsey.
That was fun.
That's just a thing that I have heard, and I've learned it, and I've forgotten it, and I'll continue to hear it, learn it, and forget it.
What is
Delaware? Really? Why?
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't know. Most of the time, the response I get is, Della, where the fuck is that? You know?
I've always loved the Wayne's World skit where they're we're in Hawaii. Wow. Then it cuts to Delaware. Hi, I'm in Delaware.
And that's pretty much what it's like.
Although, is it Delaware that has like the #1 pizza in the United States for some reason?
Yes, they're actually #1 in a bunch of things. The city of Wilmington has the best
So
public
strange.
transportation. 80% of the population of Wilmington doesn't even own a car because they don't need it.
It's what happens when your state is smaller than Houston.
They were able to get.
We don't need any public transportation for these 8 buildings.
That's fucked up.
I'm sorry, Delaware. Let's call it a baker's dozen.
It's fun. It's fun. But yeah, so where we last left off, our intrepid crew of whatever you guys are decided
Degenerates.
to partake in this bounty hunt of these train robbers.
I guess that makes us bounty hunters.
It does make you bounty hunters in this particular instance.
For now!
Oh, now! But yeah, so Thomas and Pete yeehawed onto the lumber car. Crooked Charlie is on top of the military car, which is exciting. And James Daffodil is riding side saddle of the military car as well. The bounty hunter group, including Lisa, that you came here with, tried to get to the cargo to kind of protect it, more capture the people that are coming for it. But there was a Gatling gun in wait. You guys can hear it open up and takes out one of the twins' horses. Seeing this, he reaches for his brother and throws. Now they're both on the same horse, but they all fall back and they're all next to James now. We're gonna go back to Pete and Butch. You guys are on the lumber and you hear this happen. But you were heading towards the engine, but you haven't made any progress yet.
I'm gonna continue bebopping along there. That's my goal. I'm gonna get down to this engine. Me and the conductor are gonna have a little chat.
All right, so you got to crawl over the coal, and then you have to get down.
I'll do it.
It's not too hard.
That ain't no thing.
I don't really think I'm gonna
I'll crawl right over this
I don't really
coal.
think I'm gonna make you roll. You'll just old man crawl. You're not gonna do any cool action stunts.
Piece of shit.
You are now in the engine, and there are 2 men here.
Cool. Plunk down in there. I'll just plunk right in.
Evening, fellas.
And I'll pull my jacket back and show my old fucking badge from when I was a lawman.
Yeah.
And
You're about to be robbed. In fact, robbery's in progress. Don't worry, we're here to help just a little bit.
Nice.
Gonna need you to hit the brakes as hard as you can, and then immediately give me full speed.
and then I'll turn around and yell to Pete, brace yourself.
The hell did that old man say? Just so you know, I do have a -1 to notice rolls, and I do have the clueless hindrance.
Yeah, give me that persuasion.
Would I know that he can't hear worth a shit at this point?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's never heard a word you've said.
Well, everyone who knows Butch knows he wouldn't do that then. He's just going to go ahead and take a shot with thunder into the air. He'll hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Boom! From the engine.
Give me a persuasion check to convince this conductor to slam the brakes off.
Oh, we're spending a Benny right now. I'm letting you know. We are going to Benny this up.
You don't have to spin the Benny unless you have to spin the Benny.
That's what I'm saying. But I thought you had to call it beforehand.
No, you
don't.
No.
Mm-mm.
In a lot of games, you do have to call it before, but with Benny's, it's retroactive. Go ahead.
That's my bad. I've been doing that.
It's all right. It's no problem. And like he said, in most games you do, so it's actually a good habit.
Damn, at least
Dice
you're
don't lie.
consistent there, Butch.
Dice don't lie.
The dice don't lie.
I'm basically telling the truth.
Yeah, you're basically telling the truth. The younger of the two, the one that is clearly the assistant, will reach for the brake. But the conductor will put his hand on his hand and be like, no, wait. We don't, he'll look at you, Butch, and be like, we don't know what the military's carrying.
They're not going to be carrying anything for much longer. Now, I oblige you to pull that brake.
He's like, I can't do that. We have strict orders not to slow down for anything.
And then I'm going to open up the gun that I just fired into the air, and I'm going to take a shell out, and I'm going to throw it at him, like at his chest. Boink.
Ow.
And then I'm going to snap it back in and go,
Next one's coming faster. Take your fucking hand off that brake.
You give me an intimidation check.
Nice.
I'll give you a since you used a gun to intimidate him, I'll give you a plus one. Oh fuck!
Oh, no.
good.
So what happened?
Do that.
What happens?
Can't roll a Benny on
Can't
that
roll a
one.
Benny on that one. So what happens is
My dick falls off.
what
He
happens?
fucking disarms you and pushes you off the train.
What happens
pushes
is you start
on
coughing a lot.
Basically.
You start coughing
Throws
a
me
lot.
into the furnace.
And during your retrieval of the spent shell, you dump all your bullets out on the floor. And while you're trying to pick them up, your pants start falling down. And then they just kind of look at each other like, what the fuck? We're going to go ahead and cut to you, Pete Perkins.
And now Butch is prone for some reason.
I'm running full speed across the top of the trains, across cargo train 1, across cargo train 2, and then I drop down where the pin is for the military train.
Okay, that's going to be... That's some fancy footwork there. Let's go ahead and get me that. Agility, athletics, whatever.
Agility!
Yeah, let's see how I
Five
do.
Z's.
So you move like a specter across the top of this train, wind howling past your ears. Dead ahead of you, you can see Crooked Charlie standing right above this guy. You drop down. The Gatling gun is still going off beneath your feet as you run over the cargo train.
Charlie's on the other side of the same train, right?
Yes, you guys are now looking at each other across the gap. And as you look down, this guy lighting a cigarette kind of starts to look up a little bit because he heard you like thundering across that. You see people in the car start to move because of the Gatling gun fire. But you are now here.
Is the guy that sees me that's right in front of me that just lit that cigarette, is he blocking the pin currently?
He's not like on top of it or anything.
I'm just going to drop down and pull the pin.
You're going to need to rip the pin out. It's kind of hard to do, but you can try.
I would like to try, and may I use fighting to do it?
You got to use... it's pretty much just a pure strength check or repair check.
Strength or repair, maybe...
Strength if you're going to brute it, repair
Yes,
if you're
nice.
going to use the proper tools.
Let's use strength. Let's give it the strength, baby. 11 Z's!
God.
11 Z's!
So you rip out the pin with like a supernatural, like just inexorable undead strength. Just it just goes shink. You hear like you see a piece fly off. It almost hits Daffodil that you realize is there now, and the cars start to split apart. And you see that there's like a safety tether still there though, but the cars are decoupled.
Whenever I get more action economy, I'll get rid of that safety tether.
Absolutely. So you see, as you do this, you can see on your other side, the side that none of you are on, a bunch of dudes ride up on horses. Very similarly. Yeah, so we're going to drop over Crooked Charlie. You see him drop down right in front of you, rip this pin out. You guys are all, like, you guys both got to the ledge pretty much at the same time. But you now see this soldier that has a cigarette pulling out his gun and pointing it at Pete. But you're above him.
And am I on the back half of the train that's about to be separated?
You're on the front half of the train that's about to be separated.
Good. So, this safety tether, does it look like it's got enough strength to hold the cars, or is it going to break on its own, or what are we looking at?
It'll probably come disconnected on its own at a certain point, but not immediately.
Okay, well, I'm going to look over to James and I guess point. So the Gatling gun, as I'm picturing, let's say, is opened up. The door opened up on the left side of the train.
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and point at the right side of the train, and then I'm going to drop one of those charges right at that safety cable to create a gap for him to move through.
Okay. So in order to do that, you're going to be dropping it near Pete. In
the mind's eye.
No, Pete dropped down.
I had to drop down to pull the pin.
Yeah, I was going to blow it. You fucked up, man.
Yeah, I'm like a few feet from that guy, and then you're like up across from me, and then that guy's right below you, and then I guess Daffodil's right over there on a horse, and then there's a bunch of other dickheads riding up over there. On our other side.
If you drop it down right where that soldier is, it could potentially blow some stuff up and disconnect the cars, but it could also.
What is the safety cable made out of?
It's made out of it's made out of metal. It's like a metal cable, but it's not meant to hold the train long term.
Okay, well then I'm just gonna switch it up. I'm gonna go ahead and shout down to Daffodil that I'll take care of the Gatling gun so he can get across the open door.
Nice.
And I'm going to whistle for my buzzard to come down, and I'm going to strap him up with 2 out of 6 of those charges that I had and send him right in through that window to that Gatling gun.
Fuck yeah.
And you're going to have him, dive bomb it?
Yes, indeed. Kamikaze style.
You give me a spirit check to command him, and then we're going to have him make a bird check to do stuff.
Bird check?
Bird check, son.
You whistle, he comes on riding. You put 2 charges
check.
in his hands, and you send him flying. He heads towards the Gatling gun. Let's see, what stat should I
You know when you walk in an aviary and someone looks hard at you, you're like, you better bird check yourself.
Bird check yourself before you
bird check.
Wreck yourself. Absolutely. I'm here for
Hashtag. Cacao, tuki tuki.
Kaka tuki tuki. That's classic.
Evolution's one of the greatest comedies ever made.
I love that movie.
Boy, those are bad words that all of you said.
Yeah, what?
It's a good movie.
The spiritual
It's
successor to Ghost, but when is the last time you watched it?
Recently.
What? Okay,
I've seen it. I've seen it within the past month.
Oh wow, you're doing better than me. I need to get back on that.
He isn't. You guys are using all of these words wrong. All of them. He isn't doing better than you. It's not a good movie, and you shouldn't have watched it in the past month.
Okay, so my spirit check is a success.
Yeah, go ahead and roll.
let's ask the chat. Hey, chat, what do y'all think about the movie
what do you guys think
Evolution?
about the movie
Drop your
Evolution?
comments
Let us
below
know.
and settle this debate for us.
That movie, hot fire. But yeah, Crooked Charlie, go ahead and make a D8 agility check for your bird to pull off this maneuver.
Benjamin it is. I'm going to spend my last Benny, and we're going to do that again.
Come on,
that's
Charlie. Yeah.
So yeah, you go ahead and you drop. You see your bird fly on in there, and everyone around you, as 2 explosions happen. I am going to ask you, what's the damage on your dynamite?
Oh shit! Let me
Or
check.
nitro? It was 3d6.
I think so. Oh no, it depends. So there's 2. Yeah, 3d6 for 2 of them, I believe.
All right, go ahead and give me that. Give me that 3d6 check.
Huh? 10.
10. All right, let me check this guy's toughness. Of course it is. Of course it is. So your bird flies in, your bird flies out. You guys see an arm fly out of there, and the Gatling gun stops firing. And then your bird sits back on your shoulder.
Charlie.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Beastmasters can do this, but I think it's dope. So I'm gonna let you. This is pretty cool. I like it.
Word. Thanks.
It's way better than animal companions have become in D&D lately. But yeah.
Boy, that's no joke.
James Daffodil.
Yeah. So what's the story right now?
The story right now, the military is starting to get all up in arms because of the Gatling gun fire and now explosions. The car is uncoupled but still cabled, and there's a guy leveling a gun at Pete's face that was smoking.
Oh, great. I know what to do.
Okay. You're going to jerk this guy off?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to jerk him off.
All day.
That's what he gets.
Is he cute?
Yeah,
Is it-
definitely.
Is he cute?
He's got pouty lips and, I don't know.
So James
Long,
is actually.
blonde, ringlet, curled hair,
There you
naturally red,
Oh,
rosy
wow, I didn't
cheeks.
picture that. That's yeah.
That don't sound cute at all. What I'm picturing is a fellow that looks like Tom Hardy, and because he's so damn cute, James Daffodil gets a +2 to everything concerning this fellow.
No, -2 to hurt him, though, because he's so damn cute.
He wants to impress him, though, goddammit.
All right, go ahead and give me, what are you doing here?
I want to lasso him.
Lasso this guy. Give me that lasso check.
Should I do agility?
I feel like I know the answer to this. For now, yes.
Lasso.
Give me agility.
I'll figure out what it is for you next
I
time.
think it's in the Blood Drive book.
I think so too.
It's on page like 12 or something, where it's like.
I was just gonna control F lasso.
Did I complete it?
Oh damn! There it is. Yeah. So you get your rope around this guy.
Sweet.
What do you do next?
I'm gonna jerk him off, man.
All right.
What's the jerk off button? Where's that at? How do I roll?
Go ahead and give me a strength.
Near the prostate.
Sleight of hand.
Hey, what kind of?
I think that's a strength to like pull him off.
What if I tie the rope to my horse?
Then you can use your horse's strength, which is. Let me see here. Do I have it?
Over 9,000.
Actually, I have her stats. I couldn't get them for you, but I have them. Let me zoom in here. Her strength.
There's a cool bot in the chat right now, guys.
I just banned it.
Does he want us to be
D12,
famous?
sir.
Does want us to be famous.
Her strength is a
Wow.
D12. Yeah, I already banned that, but honestly, it always feels like we're successful when that happens.
We have given our credit card numbers to those bots over and over and over, and we are still not famous
Yeah,
for
what the
months
hell?
now. Yeah.
Telling me I had to remortgage my house for more Insta followers.
Yeah. Well, at least it worked out, right? You got up to 100, right?
Finally.
Mhm.
Any day now it's going to start working out.
So
2,
they
3
got-
more posts. I can feel it.
They got a 6 on that D12. That will be a contested roll. They do not roll as high because they are a human versus what is essentially a demonic fueled horse. But yeah, so your horse just pulls its legs and just.
Nice. I could hear that all the way out. That was beautiful, John.
Thanks.
Before my turn is over, I want to do the guy a favor and cut him loose.
Okay, if you didn't, you're gonna drag him. It's gonna be really funny.
Yeah, I just feel like, he's been through enough, and he is a cutie. So
There you go. You cut the cutie loose, and he rolls onto a stop. Yeah, so you pull that guy off. It is now the soldiers are going to start doing it. So the Gatling gun guy is gone. Pete, you noticed that there are people on the other side of you now that you can only assume are the snake bites. And then there is this guy right in front of you that's about to shoot you in the face. He goes flying off. You see James lasso him off of the train car. But now some of the other soldiers are in there getting ready to give you the gusto.
Is the cable still connected?
Cable's still connected. I think we should jump into actual initiative at this point. So everybody, draw however many cards you're supposed to draw for your individual characters here.
How exciting. Draw.
Draw.
Ooh, nice. I got a king.
Oh, I ate some bad Supsanese food.
What'd you get? 2 of hearts, 7 hearts.
I got a 3 of diamonds.
That's
You got,
7 of hearts is mine.
and then the king of spades is Mr. Daffodil. I really like the card thing. In Roll20 it's a little cumbersome, but 3 of diamonds is Crooked Charlie. All right. And then, what'd you have, Gary? What is this?
7 of hearts.
All right.
Yes, sir.
And then Mr. Wyatt, what'd you wind up with here?
8 of clubs.
Oh. 8 of...
Muscoozy.
I'm pretty sure we got like one of every suit, didn't we?
You guys do that a lot. No, you're missing... Yeah, you have one of every suit. Wow. Happens pretty often, which is weird.
We get any kind of bonus from doing that?
No, if anyone draws a jack, everyone gets a Benny, though.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, let me see. One of you has a better... So the spades is the best suit. So
The old Jim.
Gary goes first. Or not first, but James Daffodil, you go first.
All right.
There is nothing about rope tricks, nothing about lassos, nothing about grapples, nothing about tying people up. I checked every single trigger word I could in the Deadlands compendium.
Oh, those are trigger words for you too? Same dude.
Well, yeah, but not to be confused with safe words, because those words are necessary.
Oh yeah.
So I guess I will try. Oh, you know what? Never mind. Scratch that. I'm gonna do something messed up. I want to, if you will allow me, try to jump across the gap in the train to get to the other side, so I can attack the other gang
On your horse.
on my horse.
Hell yeah.
That's going to be a hard check. It's going to be the pretty hard check, but
All right.
we'll see if you can do it.
All right.
You already know it's right. That's definitely good enough. Because standard difficulty's 4, everybody. Keep that in mind. He hasn't rolled below. That's like the lowest he's ever rolled. So, yeah. James Daffodil jumps right over the gap, right in front of Heavy Pete, right underneath Crooked Charlie, and he jumps through that gap and is now on the other side. And you are immediately, like, caught up in this swarm of snakebite outlaws that are over there.
Awesome.
Go ahead and you still have an action technically. That's technically just like your movement.
Oh, great. I want to search out the big bad guy, whoever the leader is.
Yeah, go ahead and give me notice.
All right.
Pick him out, and that will be your action. You're looking, and you think you see him.
Okay.
It looks like he's running towards the head of the pack. You're at the back. Go ahead and... Oh, actually, I guess it's my turn now. Because you guys didn't roll that great. You had the 7 of hearts, right, Gary?
Yes, I did.
Just making sure. Alright. Yeah. So all the soldiers are going to... They're going to start, like, rolling the windows down and pointing guns outside. We're going to say some of them are going to shoot at the bandits. Actually, let me check out the soldier shooting rolls here. I'm going to look at their stats, guys. Totally cool. Oh, here they are. All right. Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay. Okay. Jesus Christ. All right. Well, the first guy hit, and then the second guy got double 6s, and then a 2. So, yeah, they hit. And they're going to do their damage to these outlaws. So there, you hear the crack of some rifles. Two of the guys in front of you, James, just fall off their horses dead, stone dead. And then they're gonna start shooting at you guys too, though. You're all targets. So first, a guy's gonna open the door. He doesn't have a rifle. He has a handgun and like a sword. And he is the one I described earlier as the captain. Oh, no, actually, he has a Winchester 73 with a bayonet. That's even cooler. So, yeah. He's going to aim his gun at Pete. Gets a D8. Okay. So, Pete. Oh, bullet goes flying right past you, man. And then, clack, he shellacks it, and he's ready to lay fly another one immediately. Some of the other guys peek out the windows to aim at... Well, James isn't over there anymore. They're going to aim at some of the bounty hunters. Let's see if any of them die. Alright. Jesus fucking Christ. So, yeah. They are going to get shot at, and you'll see the twin brothers on the horse. One of them goes down. Unfortunate.
Merrick.
But sad but true. Yeah, it's either Merrick or Derek. You're not sure which one.
Mary and Derry.
No one can see Crooked Charlie. He's on the roof. The bandits could potentially see him. But a lot of them are going to start boarding into the now completely unguarded cargo vessel. And then we're going to cut to Butch. So pretty much all the bandits go and do their bandit shit on their turn. They're going to go hop in there. None of them really pay any mind to any of you. They're just trying to get in and get out. But Butch, you are at the train. You just picked your pants up. You put the last bullet back in your gun. You're ready to rock. You hear a lot of commotion, and you can see them now from where you are, like on the other side of the train.
Does it look like I can just shoot the brake with this dude's hand on it to engage it?
Potentially. It'd be a trick shot, but yes, you could try.
Yep, anytime. What am I rolling here, homeboy?
Yeah, roll shooting.
Shooting?
Oh, your shooting check.
Oh, good. Seeing I'm using the Benny.
You just got another Benny, too. From
Hey! A 13. That's way better. And thank you.
From who?
Ninjax.
Hey, thanks, Travis.
Yeah, Travis. Yeah. What's up, Travis? But yeah, he gave you a Benny.
In fact, he said Butch Wyatt is not shooting blanks.
Yeah, bam, bam,
You
boom,
pull your
boom.
pants up and you shoot that brake lever. They're like, oh, fuck! And it slams on.
Well, I did this with intent because Homeboy's fucking hand was on it and he wouldn't fucking pull it. He was blocking it. So I shot through his hand to make it activate.
You shot
Teach a fucking lesson.
You shot the brake. So.
And then with my second gun, I'm going to point it at little fucking Homeboy.
Take over, you're next.
So also, I guess that's full. I don't even know if I do get to say that because once the brake engages, it probably just fly forward.
Yeah, everything flies forward. Everything is now different. Everybody flies forward.
Fuck all those troops taking aim.
Well, I guess Crooked Charlie.
Sorry, Charlie. Hold on. He's laying down.
How do you not eat absolute shit?
Well,
because you're riding tall on this train, and it stops.
Yeah, I imagine
it starts stopping, but you know.
Is my horse still near? Or he veered off a long time ago, huh?
Your horse, I mean, you know, it's around.
Can I try to jump off the train onto my horse?
You could call your horse. But also, like, it happens pretty instantaneously.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? For sake of cool, you could try and jump on your horse, but I'm going to let you know. If you don't land on that horse.
Hold on. What about fucking Derek's horse? Derek got killed. Maybe his horse is still just running along.
Derek was on Merrick's horse, because Derek's horse is dead. I'm sorry, lots going on.
Would it be easier for me to just jump into the car where the Gatling gun was previously instead of jumping on the horse? Would that make a little more sense thematically?
You would be clearing an entire car to do that, but you could try.
When the brakes get engaged, he would get launched there.
Yeah, you do get launched forward. So like you have like a boost.
He would have momentum on his side. Yeah.
You can
throw one of those explosives under you and rocket jump.
Is there anything jutting up off the roof of the train?
Like something to grab onto?
With a rope, yeah. Or with a hand,
I would say there's like a pipe or something if you so choose to have that be the way you survive.
I feel like Crooked Charlie is more of the kind of guy that's going to try to bang himself into something. So I guess I'm just going to fly forward and try to throw myself in between the two carts, like jump or something.
You could make it. You could. It's all about the landing.
All right, let's do it.
You could do athletics or agility, whichever one you prefer.
Crooked Charlie.
You got any bennies there, buddy?
No, I do not.
So before you answer him, you're jumping in between the carts, right? Isn't that what you said? Or are you jumping from cart to cart?
Oh, no. In between carts.
That's where I'm at, and that's where the captain's at.
So you going down?
I assumed so, right? I mean, I figured the carts are too long for me to, but I don't know how far I flew. I don't know, man.
That's what
so you can't. You are going. The momentum will launch you over a car entirely.
Okay, then I guess I'll try to just fall into one of those gaps. I mean, I got a 3, so you tell me what happened, man.
This train has Callahan brakes.
But that's the thing. If he's aiming for the gap where me and the captain are, then he may not fall to his death. He may land on me or the captain. There's a lot going on in that gap if that's the one he's going for.
My understanding.
That's all I was saying.
He was aiming for the gap behind that.
Also, feel like Pete would have got pushed back into the car.
Yeah, something's going to happen to Pete,
captain
too.
would have fallen into the gap.
I just haven't gotten to that one.
Yeah, we'll stick with what you said, John. Your initial thought of flying where I flew.
Yeah, so you fly, you eat shit over the top of that cart, and you get hurt. So what's going to happen, you're going to take the shaken condition. So that means that, like, now you can take wounds. And also you can only do basic actions until you're unshaken.
Shit. Cool.
But, you know, it means that you got beat up. And you land in between the two cargo trains. And you, like, barely hang on. You're bruised. You're bleeding a little bit. You cut your forehead. You're like, shit. Your buzzard went flying off. But you're not dead, but you are hurt. And then, hey, Pete. You remember how Crooked Charlie went flying? Yeah, you're in a similar boat. But so is every soldier on board.
But it puts me in a safer position. I'm not so worried about it.
You're in a bit of a safer spot, yeah.
Well, the train cars are uncoupled, but
they are uncoupled, so the back one...
Like they're going to be bouncing the fuck around, too.
Yeah, the back one's, like, it's going to go like this. So, like, you know. Let me know how you get out of that one.
So I'm in between the two.
You're in between the two. They're uncoupled, and
the
back
door
one's about to hit the front one.
The door behind me, is that unlocked? Is that locked? Is it open? Is it closed?
It is just a solid door. You don't know if it's locked but it's not open. And they do tend to slide. But it's not like made out of like reinforced steel or anything. It's like a wood door.
I would like to I want to blast the coupling, holding it together, and then step through that door and close it behind me.
Blast the coupling? What do you mean?
Blast the wire holding the back train to this train. The cable.
Like your gun?
Yes.
So you're not going to have enough time. Like this is
damn.
Just like
I just got to get away.
Yeah, this is a split second.
All right, I'm just going to duck through this door and close it behind me. Then
there was no warning, nothing. It was just so go ahead and give me that. Also agility. Your agility is pretty good. So
perfect. I rolled a 4. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, a 4. You go slamming through.
That's not true.
Door, and
slamming and ramming.
Yeah, you slam through this door. You're now in the cargo area, not the Gatling gun one, but just like generic goods. And some of the stuff is going to start to shift and almost fall on you. We'll handle that on your turn. The captain is also in a similar spot, so I have to make a roll for him. Thanks Thomas. That guy does like a half gainer over you and lands on his feet because he rolled very high. And then, who else is on the train physically? None of you. Okay. So all the soldiers are gonna have to make checks. Let me do that real
What
quick.
about Butch himself? He don't smash his face?
Oh yeah.
He lives in a
Yeah,
perfect pocket of physics? Nah, I'm gonna
That's a
shoot
good
him.
point.
No,
I see him.
That's what I said. As soon as I hit it, I guess my turn's over because I just run right into the stove box.
So that's 6. That's 9. That's all right. So, some pretty grisly stuff happens here. So some of them are like hanging out the windows and stuff.
Yes.
One of them like just eats shit through the window and then gets underneath the wheels. And you just see complete and total body dismemberment from this guy. Another guy on the other side, like the window, it's one of those sliding windows that he's sticking out of, and it closes on his head and just like creams it open, and he's just hanging there dead, just with like this window going through his head. The other guy, some of the other guys,
all hands, arms, and 8 pads inside the vehicle.
yeah, 2 of them are dead. Some of them, all of them fall a little bit. All of them are a little shaken here. Creams it open.
What does that look like, John?
When did I say creams it open?
You did.
In reference to his head?
Yeah, you said the window closes on his head and like creams it open. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
it
the
creams
chat
his
can
head
back me
open.
up.
Like a can of soup and a hammer.
Yeah, it
that's
gets all
exactly
the.
right.
But then he milks it closed, which is an important point to make, Gary.
Yeah,
I like
dude's head
that.
got creamed by a window.
Yeah, he gets creamed right open, and then they go to the doctor and they milk it closed for him,
There you go.
and then he gets butter.
You gotta hope that you get better from that. But yeah, so 2 guys are straight dead from what Butch did. Butch, you are actually going to have to make like a bit of a check. It's not going to be as hard as some of the difficulties I was sending other people's ways, but
I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
I did it on purpose.
Don't go through
What do
the
you want me to do? What am I rolling here, boss?
agility or athletics. Yeah. Butch was ready for it. Butch was ready. Dice don't lie. He
Just
holds on
stick
to
my
something.
gun out and fire, and then put my leg
Oh, man, I
like a
forgot.
big boot right out in front of me. As soon as it lurches, just catch myself with it on the smoke box.
That guy.
Smooth.
So
And
I
then,
forgot
as soon as
about
I
the
am
other 2
able,
guys.
I will grab that lever and completely undo it, and then just start fucking throwing coal into this furnace and point that gun at that fucking little kid apprentice in there and be like, "Start throwing coal like you've never fucking thrown it before." Just that's my goal.
Gotcha. So when this happened, the old man cracked his head on the windshield. He goes down. You don't know if he's dead or not. The younger guy, like, barely held on.
He did that to himself. He did that to himself.
Look what you made me do.
Man, you guys sound like I'm
That's right.
But yeah, so
you made me do, conductor.
he cracked his head. He's unconscious at the very least. And now, sorry, that was a lot happened just now. You see some of the outlaws are next to the engine now, Butch. Since you guys stopped and they were riding full tilt, they like overshot their goal by a bit. But you guys are trying to make the engine go fast again, right? With the coal.
I mean, if I see the other outlaws that I know that are coming, I will bark that command at that little kid, and they can get thunder and lightning out of both fucking sides of this thing.
Absolutely. Well, you pull your guns out, you're ready, because your turn was shooting the break. It is Gary. Gary, Mr. Pete Perkins, you land in this room, and all the stuff is discombobulated in here now. All the stuff is no longer safely stacked. Everything in here is just a death waiting to fall on you. And the captain is standing there with his rifle with a bayonet looking at you, ready to rock.
You should have stayed on the train with your friends. And I pull the war club off my back and start walking towards him.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
You could definitely get to him.
I'm going to hit him 3 times, each time with a -2.
Pete Perkins receives clairvoyance. You get booned by...
Yes. Oh, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly that guy wasn't shooting blank. But yeah, so go ahead and give me that attack, sir.
Here's my first fighting.
Oh yeah, it's fighting versus fighting. So
Shouldn't it be versus his, like, parry?
Oh,
or
parry, that's right.
Yeah, his parry.
He has his bayonet affixed, so yes. You swing at him, and he puts his rifle up and blocks it.
I swing a second time.
That time, he's not ready for how fast you are, because you don't look fast, and you catch him in the ribs.
And then I'm going to swing one more time. This one with a -4. And I'll use the boon I was given for my clairvoyance.
Otherwise, you get a 0. So a 10 -4, you said?
It's a 6.
A 6. So, that last you hit him in the ribs, and as you're coming in, you know you have the kill shot. He, like, gun butts your club out of the way. Just barely. And so, give me that damage on that one.
The damage on the one that hit is going to be 11 Z's.
11 Z's.
12, no? Do you add the bonus damage?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. It is 12.
That
I do add the
makes
bonus damage.
That makes a lot of difference, sir. This guy had a name and everything.
I love the past tense. This is good. So I am. Yeah, if what happens thinks it happens, I pull that club out. You should have stayed.
Absorb his soul.
You should have stayed back there with your friends. And I hit him in the ribs with the club and then turn around and just wind up. And from like the floor up with a 2-handed club, just blast him off of his feet back out the door. And he crumples and falls in between the trains.
Just batter up. He falls out. He gets run because the trains are still moving. Their brakes are on. And so he just goes right underneath. You guys hear another just pasta making.
It's hard to hear the bones crunch over the screeching of the tires on the train.
But I like to think you can still hear.
You just see the mists come up.
Your soul is mine. Excellent. So yeah, that was a good turn.
And then I'll close the door.
I would like to point out once again, everything in here is still unstable, and that fight didn't do it any favors. Some stuff's probably going to fall in here next turn. Who's next? Kevin. Last but not least, sir. So you go crashing through this room that has this Gatling gun in it. The bandits overshot their mark, so they are not on board like they wanted to be. But you are in here. You are shaken. You can make a. I think it's a spirit check to become unshaken.
There is a button that says unshake. Should I just default to that?
Yes, default to that. Succeed!
Nice.
It is a spirit check. Ha ha ha. Fuck yeah,
Oh,
that was
okay.
great. Yeah, so you're very good at that. Nothing keeps you down for long. You're crooked fucking Charlie. You're good to go.
Takes his pocket flask out.
Essentially what that means is you didn't even really take any damage. Which is good. It's good. So you get to act on this turn. Everything's fine. You're just a little bumped and bruised. You are in this room, and what you see... Well, it's a car. Sorry. You're in this train car.
He
froze.
A long time ago.
He froze a long time ago. It's okay. That means we're all about to dip out for half a second, I think.
Yep.
That's what's been happening. Yep.
That's what happened.
There it is. All right, we're all back. All right, so
You did it.
So what happened? I'm sorry, I dropped out before I heard you.
Yeah, no, you're unshaken. You come to, you snap to, you're like, I've been through worse. This ain't nothing compared to my divorce or some shit. You look around. You're in this train car. There's a couple. It's sparsely populated with a couple crates that they couldn't fit in the other one. But mainly, what's in here? There's a safe. There's a Gatling gun, and there's like a corpse that's had its limbs blown up by a vulture carrying bombs.
Is the Gatling gun, does it appear to be functional?
Yeah, it does. It does appear
Yeah.
to be functional.
I'm going to go ahead and jump on that and take aim at this fucking crazy group of bandits.
I thought you might.
Oh my god.
I thought you might.
Fuck. Yes.
So go ahead and give me 3 shooting checks.
Ooh, okay.
It's a crank operator. You're like.
What does the safe look like? How heavy is it? Does it look like it might be worth it to me to shoot one of these shots? Nah, fuck that. I'm gonna shoot all 3 at the guys. Never mind. We'll deal with that with the old-fashioned way.
Mm-hmm.
Bam. Oh, why does it? Oh, I forgot to click the unshake. My bad. Hang on.
There you go.
Throw a handful of dynamite bombs behind you at the safe. Boom, 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 while you're shooting the guys.
Damn, I suck.
So the first one hit. But then the gun starts to climb and you're not ready for it. So go ahead and give me. Oh, you don't even know what the damage is. Let me tell you.
I do not.
Let me tell you what the damage is. I have it open right here. I did have it open right here.
You just see this wild spray of bullets come out, hit somebody, and then just go right up in the air.
I just had it. Okay, I'm going. Oh, there it is. Oh shit. 2d8.
Ooh. 6. Fuck me. 6 total.
6 fuck.
Wow. Oh, man.
One of the guys on the horse just go. He gets shaken and misted.
He farted?
He's dead.
Oh, cool.
The gun tears through man and horse alike, both merging into one bloody pile as they unsuspectingly fall back to try and get back on the train, and they don't expect anyone to be there because there wasn't literally 2 seconds ago. But yeah, that guy gets pink misted. I believe
Pink
that
misted.
brings the crew down to 3. So that's funny. But yeah. And then, I guess we go back to the top of the order. James Daffodil. A lot's happened.
A lot has happened. But I assume it's easier for me to pick out the leader at this point.
Yes, you do figure out one of the guys, he's been yelling, is like, gotta go back! And that's when you see someone in front of you just get shot with a Gatling gun in the face.
Nice.
And then you hear Charlie cackling, so you know what happened.
And then you hear off in this, fuck yeah!
Yeah, I want
Did he
to.
end up coming with us?
Nah, he just knows.
Yeah.
Okay.
He just knows in his heart
In
of
his heart.
hearts.
Yeah.
He woke up in the middle of the night and he's saying a prayer.
He learned magic. So
Sweet
he's surrounding
Jesus,
you guys.
somewhere up above, I just want to let you know that my friends are out there somewhere doing something totally badass, and fuck yeah. Good night, amen.
But yeah.
Praise him.
Yeah, James, what do you do? This guy gets, pink misted is the term.
Yeah, I'm gonna head straight for him. Straight for him on my horse.
For
And,
the boss man. Yeah, go ahead and give me, what are you going to do? You're on him. You're there. I'm not going to make you roll for that one.
okay. Yeah, I want to. Can I lasso him?
You can sure try.
Cool. Did I do it?
Yeah, well, I'd say that's definitely yeah.
Well, all
What
right.
do you want me to do? Yeah, you lassoed the guy.
Lassoed.
Yeah, I mean,
But
I'm
all
gonna-
he is lasso. That's it. That's all you've done so far.
well, now I just want to tie, make sure that the last, well, I guess it's still tied to my horse. And then we're going to take off.
Yeah, go ahead and give me your strength's D12 strength again. And he's going to try to contest it with his not D12.
It's like that Captain America moment where he's holding it. Oh, yep. Eat it.
All 12.
So what that means is you roll that again. You roll another D12.
Of
Your
course.
dice exploded. Yep, so your horse got a 20 on. So your horse just flexes and just rips this guy out of the saddle with the utmost disrespect.
Nice. Yeah, and I want to, get as far away as I can at this point.
Which way are you gonna go specifically?
Well, I guess we are on.
You're on the wrong side of the tracks.
Right. So I'm gonna take him. Oh dang. I'm gonna try to race the train and cut ahead of it.
Okay.
Can I do that?
The train is. You notice that the train is starting to pick up some speed again.
How far behind you is he, though? He might get caught in the train even if you make it.
Sure. Well, yeah, no, I want to try it. I'll do that riding check.
Yeah, give me a riding check. All right, so you start galloping a little bit. You're dragging this guy.
I get to re-roll.
Oh yeah, you always get a reroll because of your thing. Yeah, that's fucked up. Finally, James Daffodil's a human being.
Can I spend a Benny?
Yeah, you can spend a Benny, absolutely.
Spend a Benny, hell yeah, for 2 more rolls.
You can spend Bennies until you critically fail, absolutely. Oh, even worse. How?
Why is this happening?
How is this happening?
Oh my god.
Okay.
You're back to a 5 now.
There's too many bodies out here.
I'm spending one.
Horse is spooked. You're spending another billion.
You can't beat a 5. But yeah, so you do still ride competently. It's pretty good. And you are racing this train. That was amazing. I can't believe you. I can't believe those rolls.
Uh-oh, there went Kevin.
Everyone
ready to get shifted in just a minute. We're going to another dimension.
God, I hope we don't get out.
We're gonna get hit by the reckoning.
Somewhere just snapped.
Oh man. But yeah, so James, you do that. And then all of them are gonna go now. So James, you are riding off. His last 2 henchmen are going to open fire on you.
Came back.
You feel a bullet go past you, and then you feel one hit you. What's your toughness plus your
I
armor?
used to be an adventurer like you.
My toughness
bullet to the
is
knee.
12 total.
Oh shit! So yeah, you'll feel one hit you in the jacket, but then it like gets lost in your jacket and it falls down. It does not get through your toughness. 'Cause that's pretty high. James Daffodil, everybody.
Also, as a reminder, my horse's pace is 2 higher.
That's right. Your horse is way faster.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. That was one of my things that sold me on Blood Drive was like, hey, one of your guys can have this really cool horse if he does this side quest. But yeah, dope as fuck. So yeah, they shoot at you. You guys towards the soldier train. We'll go back to you guys. Which I guess at this point, it's just Pete back there.
Mm-hmm.
You're in the cargo. I guess let me know what you're doing because you can't see what everyone else is doing.
No, I closed the door behind me in this cargo area, and then I'm gonna open the door on my turn and step out with a sawed-off shotgun and blast the cable or blast whoever's standing there, and then blast the cable.
Okay. Yeah, you open up the door. They haven't come out yet, but you can see them like trying to gather themselves in there.
Good. I'm gonna blast the cable.
As you're doing this, you notice other riders off on the side that you guys came from. But
that's not what's her face and the twins, right?
You see,
there.
they are both wearing. It's a man and a woman. You can tell. The woman is wearing a bright red duster, and the man is wearing bright green. But yeah, you shoot the cable though if you want to.
I do want to shoot the
Absolutely,
cable.
go ahead and give me that shooting check.
Shooting check.
And you've gotten a doom for singing.
So anyway, I started blasting. Yeah, so you shoot. That is going to be good enough with a shotgun. I feel like it's the right gun for the job. And that's enough.
12 damage.
12 damage in the bed. Yeah, you shoot this cable. And finally, your car starts pulling away from this car.
I'm going to turn around, close the door again one final time, and I'll lock it this time. Just for comedic value. And then look around this room and make sure that I'm not going to get toppled by all these boxes before I cross through. I'm going to do a look check and make sure. And by look check, I mean I'm going to try to move agilely through this room.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, this is a slightly more difficult check to do this without everything falling on top of you. So it's going to be at a -1. And you do it. That's pretty good.
6 agility.
Yeah. So you definitely get through. You see some stuff start to fall, and you like push like the right thing into place. You're like, fuck. Like, it's kind of scary in here. But you make it through.
Am I within earshot of Charlie at this point in time?
You are now on. You're like at the door, between the two, on your side in your car. So.
Okay.
I mean, you could yell. I don't know if you'd be able to hear you with everything going on.
Yeah, probably not over the machine gun and the horses and the train screeching. I'll just get to him next turn.
Yeah, go ahead and Thomas.
Yeah. See these riders coming up on my left and right? Yeah.
So right now what you see James Daffodil pulling this bandit leader with a rope, trying to get in front of the train. Let's not forget the next obstacle that's coming up.
And pull up.
What do you do? Oh, you see that it's him.
Take aim. As I see him to put him out, and realize, whoop, that's the wrong guy. That's the only old one.
Just then you see 2 bullets go towards him. You see one hit him, and you see 2 riders behind him.
The bullet hit who?
James.
Are these riders within pistol range of me?
Roughly. I think it'd be a little harder. So I think -1.
It's gonna be a little thunder and lightning going down on these fucking guys.
We're done for.
Where are you shooting?
There it is. There's one.
One shot. 2 shots.
Yeah, so the first one goes and it hits one of them, and the second one, you don't get any penalties, right, for shooting twice, because you have ambidexterity and all that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Correct.
I couldn't remember who that was. Yeah, that's you. So go ahead and roll damage twice.
Butch and Daffodil.
Really? Damn.
I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
Give me. Oh, fucking fuck.
Jesus.
Oh.
Apparently, Butch Wyatt was the only guy in the Wild West that had a fucking nuclear bullet in his pistol.
So yeah, the first bullet goes through the lead guy's face, just rattles around in his skull. He falls down limp. The second bullet. Let's see what happens here. So you, I'm gonna say you shoot the horse's leg clean off. It does a somersault forward and like pulps this guy. Like he just turns into mashed potatoes. Just straight up mashed potatoes.
Oh shit.
He gets the full weight of his horse comes crashing down on top of him, doing more than a bullet ever could.
Abraham's gonna be pissed off about that.
And somehow he's sitting there still partially alive, as his bottom half is mush, and he's just sitting there in the desert, just suffering for like another 3 or 4 seconds. It's a horrible thing to see.
Mm-hmm. Keep loading coal.
But it also gives me an idea for a bad guy, so I'm gonna start sending puddle zombies after you.
Can I try to intimidate this little kid into throwing coal faster?
Yeah, intimidate this kid. Yeah. You're shooting guns and stuff. His boss is probably dead. Like, it should be pretty easy.
Yeah, he just watched me kill 2 people. Horrifying.
He doesn't know for sure because he wasn't looking, but yeah. So with that intimidation, he'll start shuffling. He'll start shoveling a little faster.
Shuffling.
And up ahead, you can see off in the distance. It's not like next turn or anything, but there is a tunnel coming up, as expected. Who's next? Gary already went. Kevin.
Yeah.
Everybody in your purview is dead, and you're alone in this room with a safe.
Yes, I am, and you know what's happening
I don't know
next.
how that happened. I really don't. It wasn't supposed to.
It was that vulture trick, man.
Yeah, fucking Falcon coming right through the helicopter. Kaboom!
So I'm going to go ahead and do the obvious thing here and go ahead and set a bunch of the dynamite, probably 4 sticks, right up underneath that safe, and we're going to blow that door clean off its fucking hinges, bruh.
All right, so that is set. Go ahead and give me the damage for all of those.
4 is...
This train scene is so awesome. This is like Fast and the Furious meets Pirates of the Caribbean.
I was hoping, I knew you guys wanted it, so
Awesome, dude.
I'm glad you guys like it.
11 damage.
11 damage. So
Fucking lame.
there's only 3d6.
Yeah, I think we messed up the first time. 1 to 2 sticks should have only been 2d6 worth of damage. 3 and
Gotcha.
4 is 3, and then 5 and 6 would be 4.
So a funny thing happens. Have you ever seen Shanghai Noon?
Yeah, unfortunately.
And you know what happens when the dynamite fails to blow up the safe, right?
This guy says
Jackie
unfortunately.
Tran is an international treasure.
And
all
Chris
two-
Tucker's a walking nightmare of a
So
person.
you look up Jackie
In two
Chan standing
nations.
there,
That's Owen Wilson.
and he says, "You killed my uncle," and then you guys fight. It's awful. No, I'm just kidding. But so the safe goes,
It's pretty bad.
and you see it fly. It's still there, but it flies off the train, and like rolls down a hill.
What do you mean? It's still there, but it flew off the train.
It's
God
still,
damn it,
it's still,
Jahan,
it's
which
still
one is it?
outside. I'm sorry. It didn't go anywhere. Like in terms of like you'll never see it again, but it's no longer on the train.
It didn't blow the safe up. It just blew
the safe
off the
up
train.
and out through the side of the train door.
So we're racing. So yeah, I mean it's off the train. I'm never gonna see it again.
You could go see it.
You're already uncoupled.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
no,
wanna-
he's still part of the couple.
Yeah, I want to go ahead and call to my horse and fucking try
Is
to
it?
get on the horse and track that goddamn safe down. I guess.
No, he's not.
Yeah, no.
Oh
he's
yeah,
in the
he is.
car
He
now.
jumped over to where Pete is. I forgot about that. I was like, he's killing people with the Gatling gun.
No, I
Man,
flew.
wait,
I flew ahead to the Gatling gun cargo, so I think I'm a car ahead of Pete as well. When you hit the brake.
Yeah, exactly. So it is now that the carts are uncoupled, so the soldiers are just kind of looking like, ah, shit. And then some stuff happens with the 2 new mysterious riders that you guys are not privy to, but you no longer see Lisa either. They are disappeared. You hear some gunfire go off behind you. James, it's your turn again. You're neck and neck with this engine, but you're having trouble pulling ahead.
I can do this.
And you're also dragging a man.
I am dragging a man. Will an 11 allow me to drag him?
Oh, as your ride check? Yeah, you continue to drag him.
Sweet. And I want to cross in front of the train.
Yeah, so you're definitely going to pick up speed, and you're like right at the front of it, and you're going to need one more roll to like jet across. I would like to remind you that you're barely going to make it, and you're dragging a guy, so he might not make it if you don't like pull him up more. I don't know.
Can I?
You can do that now with your action.
Yeah. I would like to try to do that.
Now go ahead and give me like a strength check here. All right. To like try and haul him up on your horse.
Just out of curiosity, has the guy been taking damage from being dragged this whole time?
Yes, he's kind of fucked up.
That's awesome.
It's fun. Yeah, so you try to pull him up, but this guy, like, as soon as you do, your rope gets caught on like a rock, and you're like, ah, and you almost lose him.
I'm gonna make a decision if you'll allow me to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna slow down
Okay.
and try to stop whenever that can happen. That's up to you.
No, yeah, you can start slowing down immediately when you realize, like, you're thinking about it. You're like, I don't know if I can get this guy across the front of the train.
Yeah.
So you slow down. We're gonna jump back to Mr. Thomas.
All right. After I've got this kid shoveling and we're good, see a tunnel coming up, picking up speed, I'm going to climb up over the coal and lumber and go reload on the way and see if I can see what's in this train car that has whatever maybe it is they're looking for.
And so you're walking across this lumber, kind of unsteady, starting to pick up speed and starting to turn a little bit. You see Daffodil slow down to your left. And now that you're up here, you can see those two brightly colored figures, the green and red people out there. They're boarding the train further back. They're boarding the train that's decoupled. No, they're these are two.
I thought he mushed one under the horse. No,
these are two completely newcomers.
Yeah, that's who he was shooting at though when they were coming out. Who
no,
died?
Those guys were part of the original gang. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah. Since Pete saw them, he's the only one that's seen them so far. A completely new couple of people. But Butch, this is your first time seeing them now.
But they're out of range currently?
They are, yeah, they're very much. They're back towards the car that's decoupled, and that's coming to a stop.
Cool.
Right now.
I'll make a mental note, and if Daffodil can see me, I'll point out to him, and then eyes, and then hold up two, and like back that away.
You also
so that he knows something's coming, and
you
I'll
also
try to get in that car.
See Lisa and them going back there and getting into it a little bit with both the military and those two newcomers.
Cool.
They seem to have gotten caught in whatever that is. But yeah, so
all right,
you're now in the car with Charlie. Sorry, there's a lot of everyone's in a different spot. Yeah.
Open the car up. Oh, hey, Charlie.
Oh, you sick bitch! I should shoot you in the goddamn face. Were you the one who pulled the goddamn brake, you moron?
You're fucking welcome.
Make it sound
I should
like
shoot you right here now.
Well, how do you think you got on the fucking Gatling gun? That whole room was filled with soldiers. The reason they weren't in there, besides your bomb, was because I killed the rest of them.
3 fucking ribs getting in here, you piece of shit.
Well, man, you want me to fucking cry for you or what, Charlie?
Just then,
robbing a fucking train.
Heavy P opens the other door. Just then. Because it's now your turn. And now you guys are all kind of together, and we can kind of more or less drop out of initiative order now.
Looks like there's 2 more behind us coming up in a red and green jacket.
Yeah, I saw them. I just killed 2 others in a red and green out the side.
So if we're not in initiative order anymore, at the end of my last turn, I had called the horse over so I could jump on it and head back to the safe. Can I continue that?
You can continue to do that.
Cool. So I'm going to jump on there
to say something about that.
And head back towards the safe, which I'm not sure where the safe is in relation to the skirmish that's going on at the separated car.
It's ahead of it, so it's not. They're not near each other.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna head to the safe anyway, and this time give it a good old 6er. It's worth of dynamite and try to blow it right. Actually, I'm gonna dig it into the ground a little bit first, even though it's probably done that itself from the force. And I'm gonna throw a 6er of the dynamite on there and blow it to hell.
Absolutely. So you ride on back. So to clarify, the safe is on the way to the skirmish going on.
Even better.
Yeah. And yeah, so you can get to the safe pretty easily.
Give me air still?
What's that?
Oh, it's not. I was like, I thought it hadn't landed.
No, it's just
on
now
the way to the skirmish, and I was like,
it's just now landing, and
in the air this whole time going to land where the people are fighting.
So that does set up the dynamite correctly. Go ahead and give me the damage.
So this, I believe, should be a 4d6.
That's better.
Fuck me, 8. It's worse than.
Oh my god!
You do. There was some previous damage from the other blast and from the throwing out. It does
17 total
bend
damage.
some of the metal up, and there is now like you might be able to stick your like hand in there and grab something, but like your hand might get stuck. You did wedge it open.
Yeah, the only thing I'm going to do is take note of the hole. Well, I'm going to roll my eyes, spit on the safe, all pissed off, and then I'm just going to take out another stick of dynamite and prepare, I guess, on the next turn or whatever, to wedge it into that hole that's open, unless I can do it now and try to blow it the rest of the way up. Yeah, let's do it.
So, yeah, with that, it'll be a little... you shove it on in there.
Perfectly.
So now it's inside the safe.
Not all the way, though, right? Because we don't want to damage the goods here with that green roll.
Yeah, that's a perfect dynamite layer right there.
You put it in between the hinges now. with
Perfect.
that roll. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty
Still
good.
need damage?
Yeah, still need damage.
That was, oh my god, 2d6 on that one, and I got an 11 for
Yeah,
whatever
that
reason.
was like the
There
same
we
as your.
go.
Yeah, no, that's funny.
Shoot.
So now, you blow up even more dynamite. You guys can hear this going on. Boom, boom, boom. It's fading.
Yeehaw.
It's fading as the train pulls away, but you do manage to get it open most of the way.
Can I see what's inside by this point?
Yeah, there's gold.
Oh, it's gold, okay.
Yeah, there's gold in there.
Well, I'm gonna start laughing and doing a little dance, and then start loading up the saddlebags on the horse with it.
Nice. So you start stealing this gold. What's the rest of you guys doing? Charlie rode off, and you hear an explosion from where he went.
I think we know what Charlie did.
I'm gonna actually.
Pete,
I want to go ahead and
look around
send
and see if you
the.
can find anything.
I want to send the buzzer to head to where they're at, holding a piece of gold, and just drop it, ideally right on Butch Wyatt's head.
You see a bird come in here with a piece of gold. James
There's
Daffodil,
nerd.
Mm-hmm.
where are you?
Charlie did it.
So I must be somewhere between the train and the safe
Yeah.
at this point.
Which way you heading?
Well, right now I want to get off my horse and tie up the guy proper, and then put him on the back.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. That guy, he's kind of fucked up. Like he's not really moving a lot because you dragged him for like 3 turns
Good.
at high speed.
Good.
But yeah, he looks.
Should
he
have
looks
tried
pretty,
that.
Yeah,
He
looks
deserves
pretty
it.
ragged. And so
Should have
you
done
tie him up
that.
without any sort of issue.
All right. Tie him up, pop him on the horse, and maybe. How many of these other guys were we trying to collect on?
So the only one you really need to bring back is this one.
Okay.
The other guys are technically wanted dead, so if you collect their bodies, you can get more money. And they're
Cool.
around. One of them's a puddle. I don't think you should take him. You could just cut off their heads. It's a thing, but it's all pretty grim.
Yeah, you know what? I don't really want to do that right now. So
I'll come back and fetch a big bag of heads later.
yeah, I guess I look and see the fighting happening behind.
Yeah, all the while you're doing this, the train's pulling ahead of you, but behind you, the train car has pretty much come to a complete stop. The decoupled train car. You can see the military shooting at something now.
Mhm.
And you see Lisa over there shooting as well.
Cool. Then I'm going to go to the aid of Lisa.
Cool. So
Yeah.
you ride on up with your bounty in tow.
Is the uncoupled car that came to a stop near him the one with the Gatling gun on it?
No, that's the one we're in.
That's the one you're in.
Currently, we're in that one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
me
goes
and you were-
engine.
It's like
Right
the
there.
third car from the front. Yeah, it's been attached
Oh.
the whole time.
I didn't realize it was that close to me. I thought it was on the other side. I thought that's what you
No.
separated. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's in the one you're in.
My mistake.
And then there's one more car behind you that's cargo, and then that's where the explosion happened. Jenny says, "Yeehaw!"
Hell yeah, Jenny.
Yeehaw! But yeah,
Yeehaw, Jenny.
so James, you ride on up to her. She'll be like taking cover behind a
Damn.
dead horse, and she'll be shooting at the military. The military will be shooting at her, and then you see these other two also shooting. And when one of them does, it makes a weird like noise.
Thank you.
It's a very it's making a strange sound when the gun fires, and you can see her gun glowing.
I want to try to shoot the gun out of her hand.
You can certainly try, sir.
I have a +2 to interrupt. And I'm gonna do I get 2 shots. So
Oof.
what the hell?
Oh, man.
Damn.
5 + 2.
Well, it's a. Never mind. Nothing. It's nothing.
Yeah, cold shots are hard to make.
Fuck me. I didn't say anything,
You
John.
didn't have to. I'm a game master. I don't know. But yeah, so you shoot at her hand twice, but her hand kind of moves away from your bullets, almost like. And she has this very cold, distant look in her eyes.
It's a Roswell alien.
And she's the one that is clad in a bright red. It looks like Scarlet Witch's jacket, kind of. And she's wearing also a red hat, kind of darker red. And then you see a flash of green go behind her, and then you hear and you hear someone go, ah! You don't see what that guy did, though. So, it is now Pete Perkins, Butch Wyatt. You guys are over there. Crooked Charlie, you're stealing gold. We know what you're doing.
Pulling the pin. Pulling the pin and separating this military car so that the engine coal would continue on into the tunnel, and we lag behind, and I fully intend on mounting this fucking Gatling gun and shooting it out at any followers coming up at us.
While we're lagging behind?
Correct. We're not stealing the train, right?
You're letting the engine, the coal, and the wood drive away.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. And we're in the gun box, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you can go ahead and pull
car.
that pin. That is, you can either try to use a tool with repair, or you can try and strength it out. With your old man strength. And you can enlist help.
Shoot them from there.
I don't have repair. Let me go find where it is over here. There we go. Yeah, can I shoot him? That's what Butch would do.
You could get the Gatling gun and shoot it at the cables. Essentially, if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
All right, you're gonna need.
I'm just gonna fuck that whole thing up. I don't even care if I hit the cables or whatever. I'll shoot the train out around it.
You're gonna need
whatever's easiest
to get Pete to help you pick it up. I think, but it's pretty heavy. It takes a strength of, I believe, you have to have a D12 strength to wield it.
I mean,
without
I don't
it being
have
mounted.
to do all that. Like, I'll just take Pete's help to just pull the coupling off. However, we could do that fastest.
Yeah, go ahead. Both of you give me strength checks.
I've rolled a 4.
With your powers combined, you guys both.
Oh man!
Now your train car is uncoupled as well.
Gotta put your back into it.
Your train starts to come slowly to a halt. And with that, I think Crooked Charlie's still just dealing with it. I feel bad going.
I would imagine that once I saw Jim Daffy ride past me, that I would have followed suit.
So you stuffed as much gold as you could quickly into your saddlebags. Now you're like, oh shit, James.
Yeah, I
needs
see
my help.
him ride by, so I grab one more and I start to catch up to him, and then I kind of just pass it over to him with a big grin on my face. And then I'm gonna pull out those last 4 charges and chuck them at the fucking Christmas twins.
Okay.
Son.
Give me a throw check there.
4.
Oh, nice. So yeah, you throw them. Go ahead and give me the damage.
That is, let me double check that because I suck chodes at life. That is a 3d6 damage for 4 charges of dynamite. And we're gonna hit him with a big old 12.
Just see the bits in the air, just the bits.
Mm-hmm.
Switch pages.
Paces. It's like human popcorn out
around.
I don't think those are humans.
Yes. Sorry, I have to look up one thing. I've never used magic.
Yeah, not anymore.
You never used what before?
Nothing.
Copy that.
You've never used nothing.
Not never for nothing. That's what I always say.
Sounds about right.
Well, it don't sound about wrong, as much as I know.
So earlier, Vampire Bites told me that TSR was a company again and that they're operating again and they're doing things. So I followed them on Twitter, and then they followed us back on Twitter. And then I sent them a message and asked if they have like a Let's Play contact to see if we can do any TSR stuff.
Yeah, we might do TSR stuff, guys.
Hell yeah.
So thanks for the lead, Vampire Bites.
Laser sword.
Yeah. I can't spell, guys.
So what happened to these
becomes a
perverts,
thing,
man?
what do you want to
Why is
see
everybody
us
perverts?
play?
Oh, there it is.
It was the Wild West, man. Everybody was perverts.
I'm coming into the brothel and get me a lady.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Look at all that syphilis.
Yeah, no one bathed, no air conditioning, no refrigeration, no paved streets.
All right, so you aimed which guy? Who did you aim at?
Assuming they were not close together, probably the woman in red. But ideally at both of the Christmas twins.
If you're aiming at the woman, she's the easiest one to hit because he kind of went into the car. So go ahead and give me damage on that.
It's a 12.
It's 12 damage, right? You already did it. That's the toughness. Okay. So it blows up. She gets blasted into the train car. But you see her slowly start to rise. You gave her the shaking condition. She gets up, and you can see energy playing in her eyes as she stands up. Magical energy, specifically.
Check it out, Daffy. What's wrong with that woman?
And then you guys hear some stuff going on in the car again. All of you guys are around. Lisa's like, fuck, do you know who they are? And then that's where we're going to end it for tonight. But yeah, that's cool that we might be doing TSR stuff, Gary. What the hell?
Yeah, man. Well, I could have done it without Vampire Bites, fucking giving us a new lead.
Bites. That's a good call.
Vampire Bites, hooking it up with the hooks.
Because TSR, if I'm not mistaken, are the original publishers of Dungeons and Dragons.
They are, that's correct. And TSR was revived in 2020, and it's now run by Gary Gygax Jr.,
and they're putting out Star Frontiers.
They are.
Big old sci-fi guy.
That'd be really exactly funny if there was no relation.
I believe
his last name is
Gary Gygax Jr., no relation. His last name is Jr.
I do believe that they are related.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, so we're very excited for that. Look for that content coming forward. Tomorrow night, join us for The Expanse. Same time, same place, 8 o'clock Central Standard till 11.
What can they win on Friday night if they join us, John?
Friday night, we are giving away both digital and physical copies of Cutacorium, the narrative-driven bug ttrpg where you are insects and very much in the style of like Redwall, kind of, where these bugs, except in this the bugs have like gained sentience and are like trying to forget the horrors of being a bug. It's an interesting concept, and we are going to be giving away copies of that while we play whatever it is we play on Friday, which I actually think, are we going to do Villains and Villainy, or Valor and Villainy?
I don't know what that is. Maybe
that was that game that guy told us that we could do.
The guy.
Yeah.
Yes. Isn't that a game that hasn't come out yet?
Yes. So there's a Kickstarter for Valor and Villainy. I reached out to the creator to ask if we could play the prototype on Tabletop Simulator, and we are planning on doing so this Friday. So it's on Kickstarter now. Valor and Villainy. Check it out. It's already fully funded. It got doubled the goal in the first day. So yeah. Go check that out. It's exciting, and we're going to be playing that on Friday. Tomorrow's The Expanse. Thank you for watching. Check out Mr. Avenger. Go ahead, do your plug, sir. Thomas.
Oh, yeah. I'm on a podcast coming out soon. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, yeah. Sorry. I'm on a podcast coming out soon, The Hidden Heart. You can hit me up on social media at Mr. Avenger, at Thomas Avenger, on all the TikToks and social things. Yeah,
I've actually finally got one
do some
rolling
voices.
around too.
You do?
Yeah, boy.
I do. This coming Friday, actually. Check out on YouTube. There's a local Houston band. They go by Astro Inn, INN, like a motel. They're dropping their debut music video that I was actually fortunate enough to do the lighting design for here in town. And they describe their music as space rock bump and grind. And I think it's the most accurate description. The guys are really cool people. They rock super fucking hard, and they put on one of the best live shows that I've ever seen for a local band. So definitely check out Astro Inn on Friday and peep the music video that they'll be dropping. It's really groovy, really funky. It's called Aphrodisiac. So like aphrodisiac, but addicted. So.
There's an Astro Inn in Houston that's a hotel, and it has a 1.5 star rating, which
Correct.
I think makes their name even fucking better.
I believe that is where they got their name, yeah.
I like that.
What about you, James? You got anything going on there, Matthew?
if you're in Houston, we've been working on a Game of Thrones pop-up at Club Cairo. Is that what it is?
Yeah, Club Cairo, 505 Main Street. It'll be open July 1st.
Yeah, anyone that's in Houston, these two guys are the guys to know. Well, really everybody here. We're all Houstonites. We're all Houstonians. We're all involved in Houston. So check us all out. That's really cool. I actually want to go to that Game of Thrones pop-up.
Yeah, I put my blood, sweat, and tears into it, man. So check it out.
Yeah, he hurt his hand, everybody. Go help him out.
Just got a surgery yesterday, so.
Don't forget to check out Streets of Peril on Twitter. We're playtesting that right now.
Streets of Peril. Yeah, we got a lot of plugs, more than we usually do. This is cool. But yeah, so check us out. Follow us on all of our stuff. At Rockfact, at Casualty. Check out at Hidden Audio, which is the podcast Thomas was talking about. Check it out at Mr. Avenger. And
Hidden Heart Audio, yeah. Somewhere I've got some Game of Thrones paintings that I was working on, but I don't know where they're at. If I can contribute
Thomas
to the
is a
pop-up,
huge artist, and he does awesome stuff all the time. So check out his stuff on Instagram. But yeah, thank you so much, Pinnacle Entertainment, for all these Deadlands materials and for following our stuff. Everybody have a good night.